What's happened? Right, I don't know what the fuck happened there. It all started off well, didn't it? Right, hang on. Right, can you hear me, pal?
I can indeed, mate. How you doing?
Yeah. All the best laid plans and all that, mate. All the best laid plans, and
Yeah,
usually goes to shit.
always the way, mate.
Shit. So I'm Scott, obviously Scott and Wanda's World. Everyone knows my good friend Dean from Dean's Beer Reviews. And as you're the guest, Dean, as you're doing your channel, I'll let you tell everybody what we're doing.
Right, okay. I'm guessing in order of play. I think we'll probably go for the go for the flagship one first. I think.
Yep.
So yeah, we're taking a look at the. I guess you could still call it a classic beer, a Punk IPA. But Elvis Juice next after that one.
The one I'm actually most intrigued about, and Jackhammer, to be fair, because I've not had the new Jackhammer, but I know they've changed the ABV on Elvis Juice. I don't know if you've had it since they've changed it, mate. I haven't, so no. I'm looking forward to see how they fucked it up. And
then we've got maybe break it up a little bit with some darkness, and maybe probably the best bunch.
What one of Wanda's go-to and favourite beers at the minute? The layer cake.
Yeah, layer cake, and then last but not least, Jackhammer.
Now I remember Jackhammer back in when they first released it. I was a massive fan of Jackhammer. I've not had it for a very long time.
I think I had a can. I never actually reviewed it, but I know I had a can of it on a live. I forget who I was on with. And I thought it was absolutely diabolical, considering what it was before. But
well, we're going to get obviously this live came about because I was looking back because I couldn't actually remember when the last time that me and you had done one. It was actually March, Dean.
Wow!
Fucking ridiculously, it was March. So
what was that then that we did?
New Tesco beers that were out at the time. I think we did. We might have even done Mallow Laser Quest. I think that.
Oh yes, yes.
So yeah, me and you have been trying to do a live with Sofakin Drunk, Mr. Danny McFadden for a very long time, and that was supposed to be happening tonight. Unfortunately, Danny had to pull out. That will come hopefully later in the year, and we were sort of throwing around ideas on what we could do as a stopgap, really. And everybody's favourite brewery is BrewDog.
Yeah, love them all.
I mean, everybody's got an opinion on them. The beers, obviously, a brewery that is steeped in history in British beer. There's no two ways about that. They are. But as obviously I've called the live. Is it still beers for punk? And I actually wanted to add on at the tag at the bottom, or is it more Dad Slippers beers now?
Again, I suppose that's split straight down the middle, isn't it, with them opinions? Like most breweries that people latch onto and become sort of like fantasized with it. People either drift away from them or they stay loyal and true, regardless of if the beer quality changes or the brand gets too big and blah de blah. So which path do you take? It's just one of them.
I mean, I've always been very, very honest about the fact that BrewDog were the first, probably Punk IPA, Sierra Nevada, Pale Ale, and probably Life and Death from Low Vocation were the three beers that really piqued my interest into craft beer. Obviously, this is an absolute shadow of the beer that it once was. And we'll get into that in a minute when we open it up.
Yeah.
BrewDog were, I mean, they called themselves the fiercely defiant and independent. Are they? Let's get it open anyway, mate.
Let's get it open. Yeah, let's go for it.
Obviously, I think it was early this year or late last year. They changed the ABV on this again.
Well, I mean, as my personal opinion on them, I think they've just gone along, just pissing the loyal drinkers off by first changing the bloody branding.
Yeah,
I think that was a bit of a shower of shit, and then obviously slowly dismantling their own core beers by lowering the ABV. I mean, yeah, they're making more money out of it now as a business as a whole because the ingredients are weakened. But for the punter that idolised this way back, I mean, you've got to think there's a generation of beer drinkers now that don't know any different. They drink this and this is Punk IPA. But for the likes of me and you, we know it different from way back when it was the real deal.
Yeah, and it's sad really because when you look back at the Haze hop bomb that was Punk IPA when it first came out, it was an incredible beer. And I will be fair, that I actually think that the current, I haven't had it for a while to be fair, the couple of cans I've had at this 5.4% have been a better beer than the last one. Because there was a slightly more hoppy nature to this one than that was slightly missing from the last one.
Yeah.
So for me, it is a slightly better, although it's another one that's been trimmed down to make more fucking money. It is a slightly better beer for its money.
I think I'm not too sure about the other beers, but I know definitely for this one, the brewing process. The brewing process of it is a little bit of a roller coaster with what you're getting at the end as a consumer. I mean, I've got a best before date on mine of 7th of the 7th, 22.
I'm 11th for the 3rd.
Okay.
So
yeah,
I mean, I've bought 4 packs of this, where 2 cans have been pretty bloody good, and 2 cans have been pretty fucking awful.
I haven't had it for a very long time, so I'm intrigued to sort of like, I guess, revisit it. But yeah.
Pin sharp. No, there is a little bit of haze actually. There is a tiny bit of haze.
I've got no. Mine's crystal clear. Mine is.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of haze to mine.
Just a dusting of white.
Getting the old caramel notes from it.
I mean, there's a nice little prickle of citrus in there. I mean, it's not completely empty of aroma, but it's just low key, I guess, in keeping with where it is on the supermarket shelves. I mean, that's what it is now. It's a non-offensive beer now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's big beer now, isn't it? Evening, Thomas.
But it smells all right.
All right. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
I don't know where to start.
Well, I mean, you drink a hell of a lot of this, mate, don't you? So you know.
Well, I was having this discussion with Wanda when I picked it up. What's everybody doing? Hello, Thomas. Everybody in the chat. We'll get around to your comments. Wanda's on the comments, sat over there, so we'll get around to see your comments in a second. Obviously, there was a stage where I would drink quite a lot of Punk IPA. I've not actually had that much of it over the last 6 months. I tend to buy more local stuff from South Sea Brewing and staggeringly good. For me,
well, it's
I don't know.
It's an IPA for everybody now, isn't it? It's not aggressive. It's not aggressive anymore like it used to be.
No.
Which I do appreciate. I do appreciate. That's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. When it first came out, it was a proper hoppy, slightly aggressive, bitter IPA. And I know not everybody's going to dig that. Now,
No.
it's pretty open to everybody, hence being where it is now in the supermarket.
I think you've nailed it on the head, mate. It's inoffensive. It's an inoffensive IPA. That, for me, I would say it's the first time that I've had Punk for a little while now. The sad part of that is the bitterness at the end's gone. There used to be a nice bitter end on the end of Punk, and it's not there anymore.
I do get a little bit of bitterness in there, but it's very fleeting. It doesn't linger. It sort of it's there and then it's gone, sort of thing. But it don't hang around.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just going back to how it was before, and I'm trying to sort of reminisce slightly of the Punk of yesteryear and comparing it to what I'm drinking now. And yeah, it is completely poles apart.
Yeah,
but it's still drinkable era now in 2021, isn't it? You know,
well, I think that was one of the questions that I was going to get to at some point. Does it still have a place? And for me, it does. It does have a place. As like Jaipur, that's changed over the years. You've got Sierra Nevada that hasn't. Life and Death. I had Life and Death, although I can't stand that new can design, but that's still an absolutely belting beer. It's a weird thing, and I completely understand that, as you said earlier, BrewDog are probably the most polarising brewery. Hello, Lou. In the UK, I understand. I completely get that, and they're going to be. There was no bigger defendant of BrewDog than me. I bought shares in their Punk thing, whatever it's called. And it's I've done it all, but they have sold their soul a little bit.
Yeah, and it was the BrewDog tank, wasn't it? It just flat out, we're not stopping. We're going to go over and keep going over and going over. We're not stopping. And I think now they've trampled their way to the top.
Yep.
And they've got nowhere else to go with regards to that sort of method of showboating, shall we say. And now it's a case of, right, let's look back at our beers and let's slowly, I guess, dismantle them.
I've said this many times, that they profess to be this punk revolution in beer, and they were, but they very much became too big for micro, too small for macro beer. So they were sat in no man's land as a brewer for a long time. I don't think they're sat in no man's land anymore. I think they're big beer. Hello. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And they have been for a good few years now, haven't they?
Yeah. Right, Wanda, let's crack through some of these comments, lovely. Hello, Rory. Hope you're doing all right, mate. Sounds all okay, yeah. Fucking bane of my life sound on this fucking channel. I'm drinking Lord's Brewing Band 1. Hello, Chris. I'm looking forward to live tomorrow with this good man. The Sour Hour.
The Sour Hour, yeah. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Looking forward to it, though, all the same.
David Wilson. Hello, my love. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Would love to do a live with you guys again. To be fair, mate, I don't do many beery lives anymore. I've made a sort of an exception for my mate here. And this is it, but always welcome. Punk rock. Fucking get in, man. My mate Danny Bloom, who said, he put a message on the thing earlier saying, because he's just started getting into craft beer, and he started drinking Punk IPA, and he told me to get back to my Desperados. Hello, Lou. Hope you're all right, sweetheart. Barry Hodges, my good friend Barry Hodges, who we accidentally bumped into last night at the Brewers Tap down in Southsea. Barry knows everybody, Dean. It's incredible. David Thompson, hello, mate. How are you doing? It's so good doing these comments without touching anything. Fucking love it.
Yeah, you're lucky in that respect, aren't you? That you've got the lovely Wanda to deal with all that, because it blows my mind sometimes because you just can't keep up, can you?
It's something we stumbled across by completely. Obviously, when we were doing the beer stuff all the time with the lives, and obviously Wanda's not a beer drink, although she does like a stout, and as people might well have noticed, but it gave her something. Gave her something to do, and it's just stuck. So if I do something on my own, or I do something with Chris and Dave or whoever, she sits there with the iPad and sort of takes charge of the comments for me. So I haven't got like you said, because if it's just me, I get fucking lost as well, Dean. I'm not.
Yeah.
I
It's
try.
not going. If you've got a very responsive audience that want to ask you questions and they're putting comments and whatnot in there, it's very hard to lose track of it. And I've said before, when I've done lives, you have a guest on and you're trying to talk to the guest, and then you've got comments coming in, and it's the very fine balance of getting both right without pissing one or the other off, you know.
At the end of the day, I think also the people forget none of us are professionals. We're all sort of just blokes at work doing a job, and then we turn the camera on and do these lives and sort of do the best you can sort of thing.
Yeah.
David Wilson, yeah, but Barry's lovely guy. So we ended up at the Leah had a prom last night. Me and Wanda dropped her to the prom, and then we ended up at the Brewers Tap for one with Barry and his lovely wife Keela, who'd been there since 1 o'clock, I think. So we're slightly well oiled when we arrived. I don't want to buy any BrewDog beers, Tom. I said, don't worry. Oh, come on, can you go back a bit? Just for the last one, love. I just missed it. Thank you. I don't want to buy any BrewDog beers, Thomas, so don't worry about that. They're cheap. They are. I mean, Elvis juice was £2.40.
Yeah.
£2.40.
I've always been intrigued on their seasonal releases that they do every now and again.
Before we cut in, what do we all say to Jack? Fuck off, Jack. A little ongoing fucking thing with Jack. He came onto a live. I think it was on Chris and Lou's channel a few months back now. Hello, Andy. And said something about Dave, called him a Don. Lou thought he was having a go at him, so told him to fuck off. And then everyone's trying to explain to her that he's actually being nice about Dave. And since then, Jack comes into any comments and he gets told to fuck off. Little things in life, Dean.
That's it. Why not?
Hello, Andy. Hope you're all right, mate. I tell you what, it's all right. It's fucking. It depresses me. It depresses me, Dean, of what it used to be.
I think it's just a beer. You know, you like now. I mean, you're chatting away to the people that are leaving messages. You're forgetting about the beer, really. You're just going through the motions of putting it to your mouth and drinking it and not really thinking about it. It's one of them beers for me.
I was staggered actually, because I went to get a beer. I went to go to the little Tesco's up the road, and thought, I just fancy a couple. And I actually went to get a couple of these. I thought, what? I haven't had it for such a long time. I'll just buy a couple of cans into the Tesco's up the road. And they had the New England, the Cloudwater and BrewDog in there. I was like,
yeah,
fucking hell, where's that come from? Out of nowhere. So I had a couple of cans of that, and that's still okay. Because I think the other thing that people have noticed with BrewDog is when they put a beer into the supermarket. I don't know if you'll agree with this, and the people in the chat. They'll put a beer into the supermarket that's pretty fucking decent. And then
they're capable of doing that. We know that.
About 6 weeks later, you have that same beer. It's not the same.
Yeah. If you've got any new release beer, get on it straight away to get the best out of it, because it's going to fucking nosedive. It's sooner or later.
Double Punk is. I've not had them. I've not had the Double Punk in the supermarket. I had it when it came out straight from BrewDog, and it was superb. I have had horror stories saying it's crap.
Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It's the same with our sort of I call it connection beer. Hazy Jane.
I did Hazy Jane. I was looking at doing Hazy Jane because obviously that's the first live that you invited us onto your channel with, and and I've said this on the live that you did with who did you do live with the other week?
Craig, I think, was the last person I did a live with.
Yeah, BrewDog is last. Yeah, I completely agree, Colin. My mind plays tricks on me, but I think I said that. Oh, it was JB. JB, did you live?
Oh
with?
yeah, of course it was. Yeah, of course it was. Yeah.
It holds a special place in my heart, that beer, and they ruined it.
Yeah, we did that at the right time, didn't we? Because that was the old Hazy Jane, wasn't it? When
proper Hazy Jane, the Hazy Jane, proper one.
The Hazy Jane, yeah, that was a badass beer then, way back. Yeah.
Eden Short, BrewDog got big, and everyone loves to hate its success. I don't hate it for its success. I hate it for not making the beers that it should do. I don't even hate it. I think they could just do better.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say I hate BrewDog. I don't hate BrewDog. I don't hate any brewery really. I've got my favourites, but yeah. I wouldn't say I hate them. No.
No, I've purchased enough BrewDog beers over the years to form an opinion on them. And my opinion is that instead of producing, I'm trying to think, rubbish fucking cans like this and spouting all their shit about saving the world with trees and that, how about spending that money on decent beer? And do you know what? Fair play to them for being carbon neutral and all that. I get all that, but just go back to brewing decent beer. And this comment, I don't disagree with it, Eden. It's your opinion, but you probably wouldn't get that many people saying, "Well, they've sold out."
I think it's just the nature of the beast, isn't it? You know, they were on. I wouldn't say it's not a collision course, but they wanted to get to the top as quick as possible, really.
That comment
and make as much noise in the process.
That comment there. Absolutely sums it up.
Yeah.
There's smaller breweries out there making better beer now, and it's as simple as that.
And going back to before, I mean, when you talk about BrewDog having a new release Imperial Stout, a dark beer for that matter, they are capable of hitting where these lower breweries are knocking out some fantastic stuff. I think they can keep up when it comes to making a decent Imperial Stout. But I think when it comes to making, a run-of-the-mill IPA or, well, let's not talk about bloody lager with these, but...
I did toy with Lost Lager for tonight because I thought it would have made for interesting viewing, because I know your thoughts on Lost Lager. I don't think I've ever actually aired them. For me, it should just stay Lost. They have to meet supermarket prices. That's why they lower their ABV.
Yeah, and it is to appeal to a lot of people. Some people are very put off by a high ABV beer. They see, I mean, Jackhammer. Let's take Jackhammer, 7.2. People, there are going to be a few people that are going to be put off by that.
Was Jackhammer higher? I seem to think that was a bit higher at one point.
Yeah, I always thought it was in the 9s. I did Jackhammer.
I had it in my head. It was in the 8s. So people might well know in the chat if you know if it was higher, but I've always had it in my head it was higher than 7. And you're absolutely right. I completely get that, where people are put off when they see walking into a beer aisle when you've got Carlin and Foster's and the other 4 or 5% beers one side, and you turn around and you're met by something that's, I don't know, like the Vocation Imperial cherry thing that's 11% or 9%, whatever it is. It's going to scare the shit out of people.
Yeah, not everybody's going to jump on that beer unless you're sort of like, you're into your beer and you know what you're dealing with, sort of thing. But the normal guy, me 8 or 9 years ago, walking into a supermarket and seeing the 7.2% ABV jackhammer, then yeah, I would be intrigued. I've always sort of like been intrigued on trying new stuff, but I'd be slightly apprehensive about the ABV. But opposed to something like the Punk that's now 5.4, then that's more appealing for me as a newbie, shall we say? Yeah.
And this has always been the entry level beer for them, isn't it? It's their flagship beer. Obviously, they've changed it to make it more marketable, to sell more. So obviously, he's completely right in what he's saying. Does it make it a better beer? No, it just makes it a fucking worse one. You're 20 minutes. Wanda's telling me I'm 20 minutes behind with the chat. Right, crack through, Wanda. Although I still do like layer cake. Wanda likes layer cake. I'm not looking forward to layer cake. I'm not. It's too sweet for me, but we'll persevere. Wanda will. She's got one of her own. She'll be joining in.
I think Jet Black Art. I think that's another good shout as well.
I almost picked up a can of that today. Hi guys, I'm drinking the beer. Yeah, I like Jet Black Heart. Caleb Brown, I'm drinking a Lidl's wheat beer. They've re-released that back out into Lidl's now, isn't it? The big wheat fest, the fest beer.
Is it Patronus or something like that it's called?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's decent, that is. Decent.
Matt Wharton, hey everyone. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. I don't understand about these beers, but I thought I'd say hi. Matt, hope you're all right, pal. We don't understand either of them, so it doesn't matter.
Go with the flow.
Yeah. Hi, Matt. Don't worry about understanding. Just open a beer and enjoy it. Exactly. Beer brings people, or separates people, brings people together. So what beer should be fun.
That's the design of it, isn't it? I mean, it's a social drink, isn't it?
Of course it is. The accountants and big shareholders have taken control. It's all about the profit. It's not about treating your staff right, apparently. No, so Sean, hello, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Sean's out in Norwich. Lovely mate. Lovely man. So hope you and the family are keeping well, mate.
Yeah, Norfolk's lovely.
Death by Cocktail. I was the same about 18 months ago, just to try stuff and see what you like. The pure beer tube discussion makes me want to doze off, to be fair. I think we've had this conversation many times, Dean. There's a beer reviewer out there for everybody.
Of course there is, yeah. There's one for everybody.
If you've never come across Dean is the most concise. I think it was either JB or Chris. It was one of those two guys that said Dean can say more in 3 minutes than anyone else could say in 20 about a beer, and it's absolutely true. Dean's beer reviews are about 3 to 5 minutes long, and he will there's no waffle. Tells you what the beer is, whether he likes it. You can tell in his face straight away, and then he's off.
Yeah, to drink the rest of the beer because I don't want to be pissing about in front of a camera.
But it's I just think it's fucking. I mean, how you get so much out in 3 minutes? I mean, obviously I've got Wanda, and we go off on fucking different tangents and shit like that. But it is I genuinely, Dean, I call this a skill because for what you do in such a short time is skillful. This, out, done.
No, it's not a skill. It's just I don't like pissing about.
Keela is still suffering. Yeah, Keela did not look well when she went home. Well, she started off with a 10% stout, I think, so she might have been in trouble when she went home.
Oh, straight into the deep end.
Hi, hello, Colette. Hope you're keeping well. Hello. They were drinking from 12. Yeah, they were drinking from 12, and we turned up at 10 to 7. I think we turned up.
Well oiled then.
Well on the way. If you're doing sours, Troll Tunga by Buxton is amazing. To be fair, I did Goose Willis again. Obviously, Dave, the Blue Van Man, sent me Goose Willis. We did Goose Willis last year. Didn't like it. Had another look at it the other day. Quite liked it. So I might have a look at some more sours.
I thought it was okay, but I don't remember it being as nice as that.
Yeah.
It's still not my thing.
No, still not our thing. So yeah, I know you've got to your sours a little bit more as well.
Yeah, I am slowly appreciating them a little bit more. But yeah, there was a time where I wouldn't even touch them. I tried a couple and I was like, oh, fucking hell, what's this? Horrible. But
At the end of that, fuck him. That last comment wasn't a complaint about this, by the way. It's just a theory of hops. So you get on a lot of videos, it'd be on me. People get different things. I quite enjoyed Dave's beer reviews, to be fair, because he's got no fucking idea what he's on about and just says, fuck it. As long as it hasn't got citrus in it, he's absolutely fine. And Wanda makes her own words up.
yeah, but that's good though, because that's like, you know, it's honest and it's real, and you're just going off the cuff with it. Unlike, you know, I mean, the American geezer that's got a script in front of him, and he's, you know,
fucking Rob John.
Rob John, bless him.
I've gone back to watching him, Dean. I've gone back to
I've
watching.
watched a couple of his videos. Yeah, I just think amazing, absolutely amazing.
It's the way he picks off every fucking malt, hop, and anything. It's incredible.
Yeah, fantastic.
Tricky Turnip, what a name that is. Punk used to be great, but it's not for me anymore. I think a lot of BrewDog beers have a really similar taste. You can pick a BrewDog IPA out of a crowd. I don't know if it's their yeast, their water, or something. There's something inherently very samey about BrewDog beers.
Mm. Yeah, you could say that with some of the Thornbridge beers as well. They've got that distinct aroma and taste to a certain degree.
You two have only just appeared on my screen. I can see the comments, but not see or hear you. Try opening your eyes, Chris.
Next beer, then. Next beer.
Yeah. I'm fucking dreading this. So we're going to go for the horrific. It's horrific. The horrifically patterned and canned Elvis juice, because that is horrific. Yeah,
I mean, I think Dave, the beer dad, he did a video about it.
Yeah, I have watched that.
Yeah, he was spitting feathers with it. He was absolutely disgusted because this was a belting great IPA when it was. I think it first came out in the.
Is that me frozen or him?
You're cackling and he's frozen.
Right, okay. Let's sort this out then. Is he frozen, is he?
Yeah. Oh, hello, Dee.
I'm back. Yeah, this will be interesting.
He's still frozen on my screen. This is hilarious. Oh, no, you're back. That's good. But you're frozen in a very comical way.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. This is the one that I've
slightly darker than the IPA, the Punk, but yeah.
You were saying, I think it first came out in 330ml bottles, didn't it? I seem to remember.
Yeah, I never got to try it in bottles, but I can recall having it in a little 330ml can, and I thought it was cracking back then. For if you like grapefruit, it was proper decent.
Right, let's go for a nose. Oh, and the look, I mean, it's fucking.
Yeah, I mean, I do pick grapefruit up on the nose.
Yeah, it's there. It's not as in your face as it was before.
Almost reminds me a little bit of the Schofferhofer grapefruit radler that you can buy in Morrison's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Breakfast grapefruit sort of aroma to it. Yeah, it smells all right.
Smells all right. But I mean, I remember that grapefruit used to fucking bang out.
Oh, it was a proper whack in there. Yeah.
Very subdued. Very subdued.
But it is in there.
Right. Go on in, mate. Let's go. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, buddy.
Just gonna put this light on.
It's not really dark, is it?
Yeah, it's got really dark.
Very
Yeah. We'll start smashing them through then. Even if I don't put them up, just that's very weak.
That is fucking shit.
Fucking terrible, isn't it?
It's watery, isn't it? You can taste it. It's watery. There's nothing in there, is there? It's all on the aroma.
Yeah. There's no flavour. You get the gentlest of the grapefruit. There's no bitterness. There's very little hop profile in it. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah, that is big. I think that's more of a disappointment than Punk IPA.
Yeah, that's fucking shocking. Absolutely shocking. Anybody that wants to try and defend BrewDog saying that they're making beers for supermarkets, drink that. It's fucking terrible. Sadly, BrewDog are mainly a lager producer. Only real beer they are making is one being brewed at Tower Hill Outpost for the bars. Sad as I am as a fan.
Was that about their lager, was it?
Yeah. Again,
they're capable of making a decent lager. If there's anybody in the comments that can remember, this is lager.
Yeah.
And I think they did another one, lager.
Kingpin. They did Kingpin, didn't they?
Kingpin was better than Lost Lager.
Yeah.
But way back, yeah, I think they did another lager with numbers on it. I forget what that was, and that was pretty good. I think that was a Pilsner.
I never really forgave BrewDog for stopping selling their Paradox Stout, particularly the Jura.
Yeah, now you're talking. And the Abstract series of beers as well, they were cracking. Absolutely fantastic.
I remember having Mr. President, the 9%. That's a triple IPA, wasn't it? I think
Tesco Finest beer originally, wasn't it?
Yeah, Tesco Finest. Yeah. Tramp juice. Hello, Craig. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, that's fucking.
I am a big wine drinker, but I am getting into drinking beer, which is a good beer to drink. Well, what style do you like? You pick a style, Colette, and then
not that.
yeah, not Elvis juice. Steer clear. Do you like sweet beers? Do you like bitter beers? Do you like hoppy beers? Do you like sour beers? Do you like stouts? There's a world out there.
If he's come from the wine world, then something that's been barrel aged in wine barrels, maybe.
There's a starter.
There's a starter, yeah.
I had a new staggeringly good sour pod at the tap room, which is apparently a collab with BrewDog. 3% was very good. Ask Barry. Was that today, Barry? Well, they've got an Imperial barrel aged sour coming out in a week's time, I think.
Looks really interesting.
Does look interesting. I should rewrite my post. I am a big wine drinking, but I'm getting into drinking beer, which is good. Yeah, we got what you meant, Colette. Let us know what sort of style you like. N Burns, I remember having a draft pint of Punk IPA a few years ago at 5%, and it had a bit of haze.
Well, you had it on the sub, didn't you? And it was bloody glorious on that.
The sub Punk IPA was fucking lovely, absolutely lovely. And I think I put it up against a bottle. I think it was a bottle, not a can, and it just wiped the floor with it. Dean is the godfather of beer reviews.
Well, yeah, leave all that. No, that's not me, mate. No, no, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go and tip that down the toilet. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, started at 2 in the merchant house, went round to the brewers about 4. Keena did drink a lot of Wanda's fucking laughing her head off over there. See me after the stout, otherwise she'd have been long gone by the time you arrived. I'm back, baby. Just popped a shop. What'd you get? Did you get anything nice? I've come back. Goes tits up. What's gone tits up? No, just fuck off, Jack. Love the other deals, but not enjoyed the last few cans I've had. Barry, that's fucking dreadful.
It's yeah, that is really, really bad.
It's really disappointing as well, because I remember
it's just so watery, isn't it? And that it's almost got an artificial sweetness in there as well.
Yeah, I'm wondering where that grapefruit's coming from, because
out of a science laboratory.
Yeah, that's not, I don't know. It tastes very artificial to me. Breaking news, Chris the Butcher loses another stone stomping around Butlins. bubbly. There's no body to that. There's no body. The grapefruit feels very synthetic. It's fucking horrible.
It smells really promising on the nose, to be fair, but the taste,
Yeah.
it completely falls apart on the taste. That for me now is probably their worst beer that they do. It was Lost Lager, but I think that stole the show.
We ain't got a jackhammer yet.
Oh yeah, shit, I forgot about that.
Lou said she's put on half a stone at Butlins, whereas Chris has been stomping around saying, "Oh dear." Not had a chance. Haven't had a shit in 3 days. Oh, cheers, Chris. I wonder why I haven't had a voice message from the bog lately. Sadly, I found New Elvis used to be awful. Correct. I did half a can in one go. I believe the ABV way lower than stated. To be fair, I thought it was alcohol free.
It's not far off that with taste wise, because the body on it is appalling.
You nearly there, Scott. You nearly there.
I think you've got a really good point, David. Obviously, there's no sign of that ABV because it's fucking terrible.
Dear, oh dear.
It's metallic, like caramel, definitely watered down jackhammer. Well, we're going to find out.
We're going to find out, yeah.
She had it this afternoon.
Oh, okay. What's it called? The sour pods. I've not been a fan of the sour pods. I'm have to try. I have had some of them, but I swerved the sour pods because it's not my favourite style. My fucking chat froze. Thought you pricks were ignoring me. Who said that? Sorry, now trying to keep the bedtime. No worries. Dave's TV. Is it?
Cheers.
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 He's not in you and you. He's probably having a shit. I've got a bottle of liquid stuff to kill constipation. Fucking hell. All our chats turn to shit. All BrewDog's rhetoric just doesn't marry up to their beers. Haven't done for years. Craig, I completely agree. They're just, I know Dean does as well. It's a sorry tale, really, because for a company that are still capable of brewing an absolute blinder, they don't.
Stack them eye in it now. Stack them eye. It's a shame. But hey, there's plenty of choice out there for the UK when it comes to decent beer. There is a bloody massive choice out there. I mean, look, you've got staggeringly good on your doorstep, and you really bang the drum about them. You know what they're capable of doing.
The other 2 breweries that we got more than 2 breweries, but the other 2 breweries, the guy that doesn't get nearly enough recognition is this chap. Southsea Brewing Company. So Dave Eastwood, he makes some absolute belters. Does Dave? I know they do national delivery now. So if you get onto Southsea Brewing Company's website and do yourself a favour and order some beers, because you ain't going to regret it. He's
collection.
Yeah, but what Wanda likes about that is when we go down to their tap room, the Brewer's Tap, they have a really good selection of guest beers. And also, we've got Fallen Acorn. I know. Have you done that over-engineered yet, Dean?
I was just getting it out of the fridge, mate, just to show.
Yeah. Fallen. That's a triple. I think it's a triple IPA. I think.
Yeah. Oat cream triple. Yeah. I am looking forward to that. 11%. You've just got to pick the right moment for it. I just don't want to just open it for the sake of it. I want to be in the mood for it, but I will get around to it.
Fallen Acorn, another fantastic brewery, from the seeds of an old traditional brewery, Oakleaf. And Barry's in the chat. Barry Hodges. His wife used to be the drayman for. I don't know if it was Oakleaf. It was one before that. I think Barry will put me right. But they are steeped in history. They still brewing their old stuff, so they've still got their old ales. But they've got a guy there now, Tim, who used to work for Northern Monk, and so he's bringing new stuff through as well. And just a fantastic brewery.
I love the branding of it though.
Yeah.
I love the branding. I mean that's my first beer that I'm going to be trying from Fallen Acorn, and I'll get around to doing it, and hopefully it'll be banging.
Yeah, they're very rarely have I had a bad beer from Fawn Lake. On all really, really good. Craig says the abstract series was the best thing they were doing, and then they stopped them.
Oh, they don't make them anymore. Jesus. AB11, I think that was the last one I had. Oh, that says it all then, doesn't it? Says it all.
Does Mr. President live up to any Belgium double or triples? No. No, it's fucking lighter fuel, Mr. President.
Mr. President, yeah.
I don't know if it's still in there anymore. Is that gone now?
Yeah, no, it's still going, I think. That's 9.2, isn't it? That 9.4, 9.2.
I first came across that in a field in Devon when I was going through divorce. I was camping from work with my mate Paul and a couple of other people. And we were in a tent. I went off to Tesco's and came back with 3 bottles of that and got absolutely leathered in the tent.
Yeah, it was a pokey little beer. Yeah, because originally it was the Tesco Finest double IPA BrewDog, and then they made this Mr. President label for it.
I'm still getting the blame load. We'll have to try that stout next time in the breweries if they've still got some.
Probably not, so probably clear the shower.
Wonder's bought Play Brew. It's a peanut butter marshmallow ice cream stout.
I love it.
Sounds good.
It is good.
I didn't like it.
It was too sweet.
Too sweet. Too sweet.
A bit sweet.
Yeah. You're more of a bitter guy, though, aren't you? You like your bitterness.
The funny thing is, this fucking stout, she's been in there about 3 months back, maybe a bit longer.
I love it.
And Wanda's now found Untapped. So, but all Wanda does is
check in.
Yeah, no. All she does is look at the brews to see what fucking stouts they've got. Before she even go there, and then she checks and she has a look at the she ain't got a clue how to use it, obviously. But she sent me a message yesterday saying the Brewers Tap have got that stout in from Playbrew. The next thing I know, I'm getting fucking alerts on Instagram because she's asking them to put them by for her. And then she's saying, it's Wanda speaking. And they're like, yes, we know.
Quality. Yeah.
Okay. It is sweet.
I think it's about 5%. Oh, 6%. But yeah, I think she polished off 3 cans last night and brought one home.
That was enough for me.
Middlesbrough, aren't they?
Yes, and to be fair, a couple of things I like about Playbrew. I've had some. I've never done anything on the channel, but I've had about 3 or 4 beers from Playbrew from the Brewers Tap. What I like about their canteen, and it's so fucking simple, is I can read it. It's not hidden in fucking colours that you can't read on text that no one fucking see. And I just like it that they put it on colours I can fucking read.
Scott, we should do a review on that.
Yeah. Silver writing on a silver can. The font's about
white on fucking yellow and things like that, and you're like that. Oh, fucking clue. She's just said, "Can we review this?" Well, there's no point. You've had 4 cans.
Yeah.
I know, but you've got to let people know what you think about it.
What do you think about it?
Lovely.
There you go, review done. I think a nice cold beer with pizza. I had pizza earlier, actually. I don't ever fancy pizza, but it was lovely.
It was from Asda's. It was a deal, wasn't it? For £6.
Who wants Dean to get absolutely arseholed? And then the party can start. Sorry, Wanda.
Anyway, next beer. Shall we crack on with this layer cake?
We'll have to feed this. Hang on.
I'm not going to bother with that. It's fucking rubbish.
I fucking paid for it. Look at it.
I might get back to it if I run out of beer.
Wow.
Yeah, no, this is good. This is.
Let me grab another glass. Well, a little bit.
Oh, yes. It's been a long while since I've had this beer, so I was just looking at the ABV then, 7%.
It's been a long while since Wanda's had it, about 5 minutes.
I thought it was lower than 7% for some strange reason. I don't know why.
I thought it was 6. Is it 7, is it?
7%.
I'm going to use Wanda's Stout Life glass.
That's cool.
It was Oakley. Yeah.
Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, lovely.
This is the one I'm not looking forward to, if I'm honest. I'm sure I'll have a helping hand if I can't finish it.
I'm sure you will, mate.
I mean, in my dying light, it's jet black.
Yeah, for me, it's just got them big cake vibes, massive cake vibes.
Yeah, it's like a cake in a
Like
glass.
you're mixing your own, you lick the bowl. It's that sort of aroma.
You get that nice sweetness from the marshmallow, but you're still getting the roasty, toasty notes. Very gentle in the background. Lots of chocolate. Just smells nice. Smells nice, Dean.
It does, yeah. It does smell nice.
Cheers, pal.
Cheers, buddy. Yeah, sound.
That's what it says on the tin. Ron seal. They should make a beer, They should make a beer Ron seal. They should do that.
But that's appeared on Trembling Madness website now. I think it's like
Is it really?
£3.30 a can now.
But I paid. It was £4, but it was $5.95 packaging postage. So, to be fair, mate, it's okay.
I didn't have you down as a bitter drinker.
Well, I bought it because I thought I'd get some views. No,
You're being honest, aren't you? You're being honest.
You know me, mate. I'm anything except honest. I'm fucking straight down the line, mate. You know, and I bought. It piqued my interest.
You like all them gimmicky things, though. I mean, I did jump. Admittedly, I did jump on the bandwagon when it came to the Aunt Bessie's ones. I did buy both of them. But I think that's been it since.
But to be fair, that jam roly poly pale ale was superb. It was lovely.
Yeah. The Yorkshire pudding one was a bit iffy, wasn't it?
Didn't work. Nice brown ale, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
Did Tiny Rebel fall into the same bracket as BrewDog? I think they have done.
Yeah, in a roundabout way, I think that they would be aiming to look in that direction, I guess.
From what I've seen, I don't do a lot of Tiny Rebel stuff. I did that Stay Out, which for an 18% porter was very nice, to be fair. But I have noticed I'm a member of a couple of Facebook groups to do with Tiny Rebel, and it does seem to me that they've turned a bit of a corner where they were just churning out any old shit, and I think now that they're still turning some shit out, but there's a more portion of actually pretty decent stuff as well.
Well, that's good. That's good.
They just became too adjunct heavy, didn't they? They became adjunct heavy for
they were going mad with it, didn't they? Absolutely going mad with it. Every beer had adjuncts in, wasn't it? That's all it was.
It was lunacy. Yeah, I've done that one, lovey. Love the abstract beers. They still owe me 6. Guessing substitutes will be awful.
Yeah, good luck with that.
There was a comment went past saying that it tastes like layer cake, but tastes too artificial. I don't think it tastes artificial.
No, I'm not getting that.
In the frozen section, it's already done. You just got to fry it.
I mean, I'm drinking mine. All the other 3 I put in the fridge, but the layer cake I just left on the bar.
Yeah,
so it's as good as room temperature, really. I think it's got a really nice. It's got a generous body to it for me. I think it's kind of borderline milky and creamy. There's a nice blast of milk chocolate in there.
Yep.
Gives it that big sweetness in there, and that marshmallow sort of thing in there.
I mean, the marshmallow thing is probably the thing that comes across as the slightly less authentic part of the beer. Should we call
Slightly
it?
raspberry sort of
Yeah,
feel about it.
yeah.
I like
But
it though. I do like
I think
it.
it's right. The body. It is the only thing that I would probably chuck at it is for a 7% stout. It's slightly thin on the thin side.
I understand where you're coming from with that,
Yeah,
but I think for
I forgive it because of, and actually
it's not.
for the
Yeah,
beer,
it's not void. It's not
yeah.
completely void. There is a little bit of richness in there. Well, I'm getting that anyway.
For actually the beer that I was actually dreading the most, I'm actually quite enjoying it.
No, because we had someone
And I didn't think I would, because you know me, I'm not a sweet beer fan.
No,
That's one side of thing, the sweet stuff. But it's
You're,
okay.
a West Coast man, aren't you? Really, to be, you know.
There is. I've said to this. There is one in Waitrose by Wild Beer. They've got a West Coast in Waitrose, and it's stunning. It's fucking a proper resiny. I think it's just called. It's just called West Coast IPA or something.
Okay.
Wild Beer. Waitrose.
Well,
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. All I've seen in there is that big bottle of the beer that Raggy reviewed and hated it. Nasaki is or something like that.
Yes.
A wax 750.
Yeah, in Sankey or in Sinky or something. Isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. And then you've got Pogo, and then you've got Millionaire. They're the only beers that I've seen.
Yeah. We went in the other week looking for Meantime caramel stout for porter for one, but they didn't have it.
Yeah.
So I remember Meantime having a bit of a presence in.
They've disappeared, haven't they? I think I said to you when you did your brewery, like when you were there having a few beers.
Yeah.
They were quite big in the supermarkets, but they seem to have vanished.
Well, they had a couple of beers in Home Bargains, 69p for their Meantime lager. So I picked a few of them up because that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
69p, it's not the end of the world, is it?
Wanda, Craig agrees with you that Playbrew Stout is lovely. Right, here's the explanation of the vase on the Buckfast Live. If anybody has not seen the Buckfast Live, don't watch the live. I did a highlights video after it where me, Dave, and Chris did the bottle of Buckfast. And about an hour or hour and a half in, Chris was absolutely fucking hammered and started going on about this vase above the skirt, above his. And then he just going off on random about this vase, and it's become a thing of sort of fairy tale, really. This vase.
He cracked me up with his footage with Dave when he was at Butlins, and it was he was in the background, and he you filming my van?
It's just fucking. Go back. So is Danny having lost lager? Did he say?
Yeah, it's all right.
You fucking idiot. Love you, Danny. I meant to say Drygate Brewing in Glasgow have a black IPA called Big Dumb Object. That's stunning. If you see it anywhere, do like a black IPA.
Drygate, good brewery.
They have sort of a little footprint in Lidl's, don't they, and things like that every now and then.
Disco forklift truck in it. Is that one that they knock out?
Yeah. I quite like disco forklift truck. It's always been okay. Christopher Butcher was off his nut on the sugar, the tar. He was hammered. He got up the next morning and he sent me and Dave a message saying, "What happened?" Great pour, Dino. What's everybody else drinking?
What's everybody else drinking?
Oh, it's nice to know. Where you're from, what you're drinking.
Well, Chris will be on the Stella, won't he? Chris will be on the Stella.
Chris will be on the Stella or the Hoff. He's on the Hofmeister nowadays. He's fucking gone up in the world. He has, the man. He's been the fucking shit and gone not quite so shit.
Follow the bear.
Follow the bear. I really wanted to like layer cake, but I think it tastes. That was a comment that you put up a little bit a while ago. I get where you maybe with the marshmallow sort of side of it. I understand that part, but I think it's okay.
Yeah, I do like it. I mean, as for BrewDog's best effort with dark beers in the supermarket, I don't think it's their best effort.
What do you think is the best one?
I like Roaster Coaster. I think that's a belting beer, and I like the Jet Black Art.
Well, one fucking idiot panned Roaster Coaster, and there's no need for a Roaster Coaster's absolutely superb.
Oh,
Yeah.
pointing out that Jet Black Heart to you.
Yeah, I know you Jet Black Heart. One said, "Why don't you pick up Jet Black Heart?" What I did was I picked up 4. I thought, well, if we do them, I might need another one. And in the end, I just picked up another Punk. But she did say about picking up Jet Black Heart, and I think I did Jet Black Heart. I don't know if when Wanda was away. I can't remember. There's again, nitro stouts. Fuck it, I love a nitro stout. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, they are deadly though, because they've got that sort of like, well, you can just knock it back, can't you, and not think about it. I mean, Roaster Coaster, what's that? What's the ABV on that? Is it 9%? Is it?
I think it's about 9. Yeah.
You know, but you can pour it in the can, and that cascading effect, after all that's like cleared off,
It's fucking mesmerising, isn't it?
You can just knock it back, though. It's so easy to drink, and it's, I guess, quite deadly.
So then Burns says, and I know it's not BrewDog related, but what is a good beer with a pine flavour hit? What, in the supermarket side, or if you can get it, go into So I'll go back to one I've just said about actually, into Waitrose. I don't know if I've got the can. I think I threw it away. It's a 440ml. It's Wild Beer Co. and it's their West Coast IPA. It's lovely.
There's your answer.
Brewery wise, Fallen Acorn do one, West Coast. It's called.
Yeah, if you're talking pine, you're definitely going down the West Coast road, and
I can't think what it's called.
Everybody seems to be knocking out the West Coast now, don't they?
Well, it got forgotten about, didn't it? It got forgotten about the New England fucking juice bombs.
Everyone, yeah, everyone was obsessed with Cloud and Juice, and you know, I'll always love a West Coast IPA. I'm a bit like you. I love that raging bitterness.
Guilty. Got drawn in with the West the New England style.
Yes,
Guilty.
Snap.
Now, if I can find something with fucking bitter smash, I'm all over it. Thank you very much. I'm currently drinking a cup of tea because I'm taking medication. Well, stay safe.
Stay safe.
Would love to get my hands on some UK beers. Where are you, Dave? It's the overly raspberry marshmallow flavour that spoils it for me.
Yeah, I understand that. I quite like it, but I see where he's coming from with it, though. I picked it up on the finish with it.
I think it's a typical BrewDog. It's polarising.
Yeah.
But I don't mind it. It's I've got a feeling.
I won't be buying that again. I know that for a fact.
Fucking horrible, wasn't it? Yeah. Juiced up and ready to roll.
Yeah. All the shit that they had with the name, though, didn't they? That they stuck to their guns, and now we're keeping with Elvis Juice, and obviously they had the Presley estate on their case, pecking away at them, and they stuck to their guns. And instead of changing the name, they changed the ABV and fucked the beer up.
The beer up because they were going to. There was were they going to call it Graceland or something at some point? Something like that.
Yeah, I think that was even closer to the bloody bone, though, wasn't it? Going down that road.
Yeah, but as you say, they just fucking ruined the beer instead. Matt Mills, hello Matt. Hope you're doing all right, mate. Your comments always bring a smile to my face, my friend. Mainly aimed at someone. Jet Black Heart is the only beer from BrewDog I will drink these days. The rest have gone to pot. I think Matt's up in Scotland as well, so I've got every right to criticise. Wonder, that Crawley Devil was brilliant. It was a bit dark, lovely. What's that? Gorilla Deville. Right, okay. Yeah, we haven't seen that yet. Next Disney film, you'll be. Yeah, no, she came home today. She had fucking Jungle Cruise on for the 900th time. Anglo-Saxon. Hello, pal. How are you doing?
Oh, I like this drink.
Drinking the Seven Brothers Honeycomb. Quite good. I'm not normally keen on pales. Have you had that?
Nope. I've had
That's
nothing from them.
That's in Asda, the honeycomb.
Seven Brothers.
We ain't got an Asda near me. That's why then.
It came
Nearest Asda to me is Leamington Spa, and I just can't be bothered.
You'll see.
Right, okay. I'm assuming Matt Mail's just come back with something. So Seven Brothers, the honeycomb beer, they rebranded that last year, and it was a beer to have pizza with, I think. And we did the...
Oh, was it the Chicago Town thing?
Correct.
Yeah.
And then what they've done is I think they've put it into the supermarket and tinkered with it a little bit. I have had it. I've seen some reviews that have slated it. I completely agree with Ian. I've had a couple of cans. I think it's all right.
What's your stance on these gimmicky collaboration beers? What's your opinion on
the Ron Seal things and that?
Well, the Run Seal, the Aunt Bess's, the Camden Town, and the Marmite.
Do you know what? I think I said on when we did the Ron Seal one. Can we have 9 million likes, please, and an MBE? You've got this.
Quality.
I just have the MBE. I think I said in the Ron Seal video, we can all be accused of beer snobbery, every one of us, right? And taking beer too seriously. A fucking parrot, bless her, but she's absolutely true. And I see these, and I've said it so many times. Beer should be fun. Right, and there's a fun with it, and there is a serious side to it.
Like any product. I mean, it could be bloody. I mean, we could be sitting here now reviewing bloody hot dogs, sausage rolls, hamburgers.
Yes.
If we're critical, and I do understand there is a cut-off point to a certain degree.
Yeah, I'll get the Marmite beer because there's an interest.
I think it's quirky and a little bit of fun, to be honest with you, and it just. And
I like that. I like fun things. I like things that
flips it, doesn't it? It flips it all on its arse a little bit.
And as I said, we can all be serious, and we can all be serious beer reviewers.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking serious beer reviewer. Anybody would take me and her seriously. It's fucking beyond me. But those beers fall right into our niche for me and Wanda of a bit quirky.
Must do beers, aren't they? Really, for what you guys do. Yeah, you'll be silly not to sort of like turn the other way with them sort of beers.
I mean, I was lucky. I think I was. I think there was one other. Might have been Jonathan Brown, who managed to get hold of the Cadbury's cream egg beer.
Yeah. I think you and him on it at the end.
Yeah, I think he pulled about 4,000 views in. So just film a fucking kite.
Oh, the kite, yeah.
We don't speak about the kite.
No. 18K. 18K.
94,000 views.
Yeah.
15-second kite video.
Jesus, unbelievable, isn't it? But again, I suppose that's in the grand scheme of things, that's the beauty of YouTube, because you just don't know what you're going to get from what you put out, do you?
Yeah, 59 views.
If I was to have a bet with you before you uploaded that video, how many views you'd get, you'd never even mention that, would you?
You know what? I saw this kite. I'll get to Danny's comment in a minute, Wanda. I saw this fucking kite and it was massive. And I thought, that might do all right. So I stuck it up. It did 59 views for about 3 days. I thought, oh, well, whatever. And then all of a sudden, I had to look at it going 4,000. I'm like, where the fuck has that come from? And he gets like fucking 5,000 views a day. It's just fucking nonsense. We're quite big in Indonesia, Dean.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, if I go to Indonesia, I'll probably be recognised.
You're looking at a red carpet at the airport, mate.
You've got a cloak on for a start.
Well, obviously I need a red cloak to fucking. Portsmouth, some shit Scottish lager, according to the snobs.
You asked where they were from and what.
Oh yeah, so what you're from and what you're drinking. So he's from Portsmouth and he's drinking some shit Scottish lager because he's drinking the Lost Lager, isn't he? Sorry to hear that. BrewDog and Cake, Vermont session with Northern Monk and Cloudwater versus BrewDog. I quite like the Vermont sessions as well. That was a nice beer.
Yeah, that was all right. It was the Modern Times one, wasn't it? That lacked a little bit.
Good toilet cleaner. Amazing beers. Also, cheers, guys. Hello, Brett. Fucking idiot. Not tenants. Sorry, Wanda. Yeah. Huh? Not tenants. No one likes tenants. Well, the tramps around the corner do, actually, to be fair. Roaster Coaster is effing brilliant. By far the best beer BrewDog do. I quite like it. I haven't had Roaster Coaster in ages.
Just off the cuff, something I was listening to the other day on Radio X. I don't know who the presenter was at the time, but he was interviewing Noel Gallagher and he asked him what his favourite beer was. What did he say?
Fucking hell, that's a hell of a good. I would say Punk IPA.
No, Peroni.
Oh,
No, I was like, what? All the money that man's got, he's drinking that rubbish.
I tell you what, the only time I will ever drink that is they do a comedy night at the Spinnaker Tower. Me and Wanda have been to two or three, Wanda. Two, and it's the only thing I look at them there, and it's just shit. The beers there are shit, and I think the only thing that I can drink is Peroni, and then I'll have it, and then I get up the next morning and I've got the fucking hangover from hell because of all the chemicals and shit that's in it. It's horrible, and it cost me about £6 a pint.
I mean, you go to these little Italian restaurants, they've got it everywhere, aren't they? Peroni. I mean, it's not cheap neither, is it? If you
it's not cheap.
Express or someone like that, you're looking at about £5 a bottle for the stuff.
Fucking horrible, isn't it? Phil Smith, hello, mate. Tenants part own a dry gate. Do they really? I didn't know that. I never knew that.
Interesting.
You got Lovey?
What you said about it.
Okay, thanks. Did you? I did enjoy Butlins. That was Chris. But yeah, I might have enjoyed Butlins. I might go next year.
Butlins Bogner.
Yeah, Bogdan. Yeah, I'm going. They went to Skegness, didn't they? They went off up there. Wild Weather's Max is an amazing West Coast. We're off to Bristol on Saturday, so I'm taking Wanda. It's a Christmas present, so we're off to see the official Disney Beauty and the Beast production at the Bristol Hippodrome. But I'm hoping to get into a couple of. Obviously, there's some fucking stunning breweries in Bristol. So I'm going to do just a couple. I'm not going to get hammered because obviously it's Wanda's night. So we're just going to do 6.
Well, make sure Left-Handed Giant's one of them because they've
Left-Handed Giant is one. The Left-Handed Giant
looks really good. Looks really
That's
nice.
the one I want to get to is Left-Handed Giant. Yeah. I've never had anything from Left-Handed Giant, so it's the one. I know she wants to go to New Bristol Brewing. I think is where she wants to go.
New Bristol, yeah. I think that's not too far actually from.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we're planning. That's next Saturday. So yeah, hopefully going to be a good day. Phil Smith drinks juice bombs. Florida. Oh, Dave's out in Florida. Okay.
Yeah, surely you've got a good bloody selection of breweries around that neck of the woods.
I'm going to say you don't need to be trying our beer, mate. You as a country are knocking out some pretty decent stuff of your own. To be fair. Still been waiting on a perfect draft beer review. Will it be coming into I do right. The perfect draft.
Yeah, what are you playing at? You've had that for ages. What are you
right. I had
it?
right. The Jupiler. So I had Jupiler on the perfect draft.
And he drunk it all. He drunk it all.
Dean told the story. I did actually. I'm going to fucking review that, and I just thought. That's lovely. And there was all sorts going on around. It was around my birthday, and I ended up drinking the whole lot. And Wanda sent the keg back 5 weeks ago. Apparently, it's still with the courier. I think he's doing fucking laps of the earth. The cunt.
Send him an email. This happened to me when I sent my last one off. Send him an email, and what you'll find is when you go onto your account again, they put a courtesy payment on there.
What did you get that?
£15 or something.
Yeah.
So,
I'll try emailing them.
Yeah.
So
you'll be compensated for it if it's gone missing.
Do a chat thing, and they said they'd get back to me, and they haven't.
yeah, so you did a chat thing, and they never got back to her. So send them an email. Yeah. So yeah, either that or the fucking we got the slowest courier. He's probably got one leg or something. He's sort of on his back and he's fucking carrying it like
One
that.
wheel.
Yeah, one wheel. So they are coming. I think what I might end up doing is my first perfect draft review. I might do with Dean. We'll agree. And what we might actually do is I haven't discussed this with him, so you might say no. Is drag Dave in, obviously, because Dave's got a perfect draft as well. So we'll all get the same keg and see what he wants to do. He'll probably tell me to fuck off, but it'll be fine.
I'll go with the flow. Yeah, as long as everyone else is happy, I don't mind.
Huh?
Yeah, go with the flow, mate.
My lads love Jungle Cruise. Could someone ban and block Danny Bloom immediately?
I love that film.
I know you've watched it about 12 fucking times. The night I came in today, I had a fucking horrific headache. I've done my neck in. I said to you this morning, I wasn't sure about tonight. I've come home and I'm like, I don't want to do it. It's just a nightmare. But I've got into it now. The Nitro Jet Black Heart come from America. Love the beer. Can't see why they haven't got the Nitro gear in Scotland. Oh, it comes from America. Isn't it done out in Boston?
Is it Michigan? Is it
Michigan? Yeah, Michigan.
I don't know.
It's fucking. Anyway, Saxon, thank you very much, mate. Hope you're keeping well. UK CBF take themselves way too seriously, which is why I left. Did drink what makes you happy, not Foster's. Harry, Barry, Larry, Gary. There was a massive fallout with UK CBF, wasn't there?
I don't know. I got banned.
Well, I'm not going to go into too much here, but I think Paul McDermott ended up getting removed.
Oh, I don't know on that, but I got ejected from the group.
Oh,
so
I did.
I never felt comfortable posting in that sort of group anyway, because I always thought that they would kind of look down a little bit. That was the impression I got. I might be mistaken, but that's what I thought at the time. So I never thought.
But it was a thing. So they opened up this very strange thing was UKCBF because they're the main group where you could not post a fucking supermarket beer. So they opened up the UKCBF supermarket group where you could not post a supermarket beer because they frowned upon it. It's like, why are you fucking posting it then? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what I got thrown out, and I'm like, but I've just posted a supermarket beer, which is the name of the fucking group for a start. And in the end, I gave up on all of them. I was part of, and I promoted it on my channel, Craft Beer UK, for months. Was part of Craft Beer UK. Turned into a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah, no, I never really had much dealings with it for the reasons I've stated.
Yeah,
I just didn't want to.
I don't do. Wonder, 2 seconds, Lovey. I don't do anything in any beer forums at all anymore because they're toxic. Every fucking one of them is toxic.
You just got on the hassle of annoying somebody by saying something wrong where you're not doing it intentionally to piss people off. That's the whole idea of it. You know, what you taste and what I taste might be completely polar opposites. Yep. But it don't make me right and it don't make you right, and vice versa. Do you know what I mean?
When you're on about beer snobbery, those places are beer snobbery of the fucking highest order, and they slate, they condemn, and I can't be a part of that. I'm not.
Well, it's next level shit, isn't it? You know, I mean, I like to class myself as a beer enthusiast. But I know where to draw the line to a certain degree, you know, and I'd never frown upon somebody's drinking habits.
No,
because
just to answer Colette,
how it is, isn't it?
Colette, this is in most supermarkets from BrewDog. Layer cake. It's depending on obviously you're a wine drinker, so you're used to fairly high ABV, 7%, chocolate beer, lovely.
And the other one as well, the pineapple marshmallow.
Oh yeah, and there's another one in there, a Mallow Laser Quest.
Laser Quest. That's the
well.
IPA milkshake IPA in it, is it?
Yeah, Wanda likes that. I'm not too much of a fan of that, but it's okay. Make a video. Just in the fucking make a video while sitting on top of a pyramid, eating a pot noodle while flying a kite. You never have to work again. Hello.
We have got a place in Southsea called the Pyramid.
Well, you have got the pyramids in Portsmouth.
But it is the shape of a pyramid.
The shape of a pyramid. Could do that.
You need to go to Cairo, mate, don't you? And then just go over to Luxor and just do a couple of lives there.
The annoyance with that video. It's not an annoyance because I don't give a shit. But it is annoying. I'll do it now. I'll roll it now. It'll be a laugh, right? So at the moment, it's sat at 93,405 views.
Fucking hell.
Right. And I haven't earned a penny. Because the thing is, if you film for YouTube Shorts on the app, so you've got a thing on the app.
You're going to pop to the loo, Scott.
All right, pal. So on the app, this is the app. And you create a short is one of the options. I don't think you'll be able to see that. It's this one.
No, you can't see it because you've done something.
Right, no. Create a short. Yeah. So if you click that and then you go through YouTube's app, you create the short. And I didn't know this. It doesn't monetize. If I'd have filmed the kite, edited it, and put it up as a short, it would have monetized. And
So it might not have made it that way.
but then it might not have fit the algorithm. But I just think it's hilarious. So you put all this time and effort into videos, stuff that we do, like Dean does, anything like that. Doesn't do anything. You film a 15-minute fucking 15-second kite, and it goes mental. I just think it's hilarious. Don't mention the kite. You won't sleep, Scott. It's giving me nightmares. Think our own cream egg masterpiece is good. I like the do-it-yourself cream egg beers, Lou, were great. I like doing fun stuff. Do you know what? I think it'll come out tomorrow. I don't know yet. Got a few things backed up. We picked some grapes up. They're candy floss grapes. I fucking hate grapes. But what I said, Wanda spotted them. The candy floss flavoured grapes in Tesco's. Can we do these grapes? I'm like, I hate grapes. I hate the texture. Hello, Rasco Disco. I hate the texture. I hate the flavour. I hate everything about grapes. And I said, so no, we're not doing them. She said, but we do everything that you want to do, and I don't like some of the stuff. She's got a point. So we filmed the grape review yesterday, so that might come out tomorrow. I was telling them about the candy floss flavoured grapes.
Oh. No, I just, you say grapes, and I just go straight to hospitals.
I don't like grapes. I don't like the texture. They're like devil's bogies. They're just horrible. Fucking horrible things. So, but yeah, that might come out tomorrow. Wiper and True's milkshake. What's that? Stout.
Milkshake. With a rocket on. That's a good beer. That is.
That was in Montrose.
Yeah, they do an imperial version as well, but I might have tried it when it was in bottles, but it was a long, long while ago.
Colin says, "I love I love a drink of beer when my man gives me, but I love wine."
Fair play. Whatever floats your boat, innit? That's how it is. Never judge.
Something sweet in a pint of Guinness works really well. Blackcurrant works well in Guinness.
Or what Barry did. Did he mix it? Did he make a Guinness shandy, old Bazza?
I have not seen that yet. It's one of the videos I've got to get round to. But I saw him making an IPA shandy, but I haven't seen the Guinness shandy yet. I need to have a look at that.
Bless him.
I fucking love Barry.
He's a good lad, though. Barry is.
Oh, I've got a lot of time for Barry. He's a very decent man, and do you know what? Very, very, and he's done really well with his channel.
He has. Leaps and bounds for the man. Yeah, and of course his perfect draft knowledge. You know, if you want to know anything about the PD, you can see Barry because he's your man, definitely.
Yeah, he's a top lad. Left-handed Giant do some great beers, and their bar by the river is excellent. I was speaking to Barry last night about Left-handed Giant because that's of all the places that I can go to next week. Obviously, you got Arbor, New Bristol, Lost and Grounded. All of these places. Left-handed Giant is the one I would really like to go to.
Yeah. It's a good little hotbed of good beer. Is Bristol.
The trouble is, the last time we tried to get to Bristol, the car blew up on the M4.
Yeah, I remember you. Yeah, packed up, didn't it, on the M4? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The fucking engine blew up. I would have. And we broke down at 6 o'clock on the Friday night, and the AA finally got us home at 5 o'clock the next morning. If I'd have had our YouTube channel now when that had happened, it would have been fucking gold because I'd have been live from the side of the M4, absolutely ripping into it.
Yeah.
As it happened, that was on the Friday. Saturday, I was supposed to be working, but didn't go to work because I was knackered. And I sent the CEO of the AA a hate email telling him that I fucking hated him and his whole company. Wanda went off and the reason why. On the Sunday, Wanda went off to Bournemouth because her friend was doing a sponsored swim in the sea. I was sat watching the Cricket World Cup final against New Zealand in the shed, and I sent the CEO of the AA another hate email telling him I hated everything about his company, and I actually had him on the phone during the World Cup final apologising.
Wow.
I love cricket. Would love for you guys to check my channel out. Just started doing beer reviews. Cheers, gents. If we've got any of our moderators in the chat, can we stick Dave's channel? Someone go and find Dave's channel for us and stick it in the chat, and everyone go and give Dave a sub and tell him that me and Dean sent you. Left-handed Giant have been one of my favourite breweries in the last few months. Love their beers. I'm shamefully.
Oh, you need to get on it, mate. Because I think they've started rebrewing as well. Left-handed, what is it? The cheeseburger cavalry or whatever it's called. Awesome, a bloody cheeseburger on the can. I mean, but that is a really, really good IPA. Yeah, really, really good.
Yeah, I am obviously where I've changed the channel. Getting around to everybody with beers is fucking very difficult.
Well, like you said earlier on, mate, you're trying to focus on your local brewers, and fair play to you for doing that, you know.
Well, I have said to Wanda, and I've been very, very clear on it, that most of the beer reviews may be going forward, apart from supermarket stuff that people can get hold of. And
vocation beers now, isn't there? New ones come out.
But a lot of the stuff will be local because I think that's where my heart lies. My heart lies with these, and there'll be stuff from Tiny Rebel, Left-handed Giant, but I will pick what I want to get. If you want to see beers from these people, that man there that gets all the big stuff and the decent stuff, don't watch Dean.
I just get beers that I want to drink now. To be honest, I'm not really bothered about. You know, if I can connect with somebody with it, then fair play. But I don't necessarily buy a beer to think that I'm going to sort of connect with more people. Maybe it's just if you find me, you find me. It's one of them sort of deals.
I've become quite passionate about the local stuff and getting that local stuff out there. There'll still be the national stuff, and that's not going to go anywhere. But obviously, where we do other bits and pieces as well, it can be hard to fit. And obviously, it's money. So we've got food and beer and everything, days and the other bits and pieces. It doesn't come cheap. And we all know, and Wanda will tell you. I mean, we have so many fallouts about fucking you. You know this, fallouts about YouTube. It's probably the one thing we row about the most.
Yeah, it's not worth it, mate. It's not worth the hassle. You know.
No, and we enjoy it. I hope it comes across the camera. We enjoy doing it. But it can take over your life sometimes. You know that. And there has come times where I've thought, you know what, I would just want to take a couple of weeks off. And that'll probably happen at some point.
Yeah. No, it probably in the early days, the first 2 or 3 years, it maybe consumed me slightly, but now I just go through the motions. Now I can't be bothered. There's more to life.
Yeah.
What happens out there is what's important to me.
Yeah.
I've got work to go to. I've got customers to go to on a regular basis. I can feed my family and house them. You know, that's what's important to me. This is just, it's still a bit of fun to me, really.
I've made some really good friends from this. We've been friends for over 2 years.
Yeah. It's gone quick, though, hasn't it? It's gone quick.
No, it's been a nightmare. So we've been 2 years. Chris and Dave, and and some of the guys in the chat. I'm Danny Bloom. I'm very lucky and I see that part as the biggest bonus from this. Obviously, me and you have been. We were talking about this earlier about social media friends.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
And we're not social media friends. We've not done a live here since March. I know you popped onto the one with Chris and Dave where you were absolutely hammered.
Oh, battered, wasn't I? Yeah, Jesus,
made me laugh. But we've become so much more than this.
Yeah. It's that don't happen. That don't happen for me to a certain degree with people. I get lots of lovely warm comments. Don't get me wrong, but as it comes to like stepping over the line and becoming friends out of this, I can probably pick 3 people, and that's you, Barry, and probably Chris's beer reviews.
Yeah.
That I talk to out of this, shall we say?
I'm down to you. I think it's me. I'm down to you, Chris and Dave, and Barry. I speak to Barry a bit, and but probably that's my fault for. Barry mentioned it. I said it the other day. I was sat here bored, so I redesigned his intro thing.
Yeah, you told me about that. You chuffed to bits with that.
Just out of like,
you've got a knack of doing all that. It's like all this fancy stuff around us, like that's where I think you come into your own with it, because you like all that. It's doodling almost, isn't it? You know,
just
playing about with graphics and stuff.
I love Barry. Barry's coming to the wedding next year. I sent him a message about 6 weeks ago saying, "You still coming to the wedding?" He went, "Am I still invited?" I'm like, "Fucking right, you're invited, mate. There's certain people, aren't they? Can fuck off." But yeah, it's I'm as honest and as straightforward as you would ever want anybody to be. You know that. And Barry, Chris's beer reviews. I have the odd message with Chris. Like Chris, got a lot of time for him.
Chris, yeah. Again, I think you have this affiliation with wanting to boost them up a little bit more. Just give them a little bit of a push, because they deserve it. You know, they do deserve it.
Sorry,
he's knocking out some good content, Chris is, and he just needs that little lift.
I'm well behind with the comments, I've been told.
Yeah, crack on, mate. Crack on.
My assistant is telling me I'm well behind. Wanda, we watched it in London, Leicester Square, had 2 hours to kill. Fantastic. Is that Disney? Is that the Beauty and the Beast? Jungle Cruise. Fucking Jungle Cruise. We will have to do Butlins for a weekend. That would be great. Always wanted to try down south. Don't go down south, it's evil.
You got Minehead or Bognor, haven't you, for Butlins?
Oh, yeah. Bogner's about 40 minutes from us, so it's a piece of piss. Love absinthe. Fucking hell. And purple gin. Oh, Jesus. Also, I gave myself a scoop-induced panic attack. I'm not touching that. Oh, dragon soup. Oh, fucking dragon soup. That's horrendous. Oh, I saw
that at my local newsagents, and it was like bloody £3 a can. I thought, what's that all about?
£3, but it's like 7% or something. 7% fucking lunatic juice it is.
Oh, no, thank you.
You what, sorry?
I'm surprised they get get away with selling that.
Yeah, I don't know how to get away with selling it. It's fucking evil. Stuff's fucking evil. Wanda's just said to me, falling behind with the comments. Everyone should eat out down south once in their lives. It's fucking expensive down south. US equals Ohio. That's where
Columbus, Ohio. That's the one. That's where they've got the hotel in it that you can stay and stuff.
There's one in Manchester.
Is it the dog house, is it, or something?
Yeah, there's one in Manchester as well now, isn't there?
I don't know.
Okay. Don't get me started on UK CBA. The band chapter is hilarious. I found the band chapter far better after I kicked off for calling out the bullying going on. The bullying was horrendous. But the band chapter is okay. I'm part of the band chapter, but I don't comment. Hello, Reese. I'm watching you in the pub. Overdraft Shirley, Unity Secret Tape, a California double dry hopped IPA. That sounds nice.
Oh.
I do like Unity. Unity are a good brewery.
Unity are good, yeah.
Apart from their fucking pastel cans where I can't read fuck all.
Yeah, it's a bit. I mean, if you're doing that as a thumbnail, it's probably one of the hardest can graphics to actually capture, isn't it? Because of the really light colours of it.
Can't do it. Because I've just got back from Butlins, got a good discount for next year. Could book us all in. Talk to the lady. Talk to she who must be obeyed over here.
Well, we're looking after a doggy for a week next
Oh, yeah, got a fucking dog. UK beer YouTube beer scene is like a school playground with too much pop with dinner, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that because I could go off on a fucking rant, but I'm not going to.
You could blow a few blood vessels with that, mate, couldn't you?
Yeah, especially when you get accused of stuff you haven't fucking done.
Yeah.
Scott and Dean, spot on with those beer forums, toxic, and don't get me started on Paul McDermott. Yeah, okay. He's weird. Hope you're okay, Scott, with the neck. My neck is ruined. I don't know what I've done. It's probably Wanda puts it down. Oh, I don't want it checked out. I don't want anybody touched. The last time someone touched my neck, I didn't sleep for 6 months.
Sorry about that.
That was Wanda. But we won't go into that, obviously. I know what that's like. A doctor's appointment referral to MSK would be good for you. You might need to see a physio, not psycho. I want to see a psycho go and see the ex-wife. My goodness, I was part of a wine group, and oh my goodness, the toxicity. All of these groups are fucking toxic. Every fucking one of them. I don't get it.
Yeah.
The wine groups with our Lamborghinis.
There's a wine group. This is funny as fuck, Dean. Down at Brewer's Tap, and of all the places in Pompey, I feel most comfortable in there. I don't know what it is. Love Staggeringly Good. Love the whole thing. But there's something about the Brewer's Tap, and me and Wanda have discussed this, where it's just nice, right? But they do a wine group. And I said to Wanda, I said, you should go to the wine group and turn up with your Lamborghini. All right.
Bottle of Blue Nun.
Blue Nun. All right. I've got lemonade. just to see what they say. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. They fucking kill her.
Yeah.
I keep trying to get her a job in there because they keep asking for they posted on posted on Facebook saying help wanted. So I tagged Wanda in it. Right, tagged Wanda in it. She didn't know anything about it. So we went down to this one day. We sat having a drink. And Lorna, the Dave's wife who runs the Brewer's Tap, she's come up and she said, is Wanda actually want a job here? I'm like, Wanda's like, what? I said, I tagged you in. She went, what? I said, what I could do, I'm thinking is, you work, I come and sit in the corner, and what they could do is they could pay you in my beer.
I think there's only one winner in that scenario, mate.
Yeah, it's not Wanda, is it? Funnily enough, she's not going for it.
No, I don't blame her.
Anything toxic, walk away. Prefer just have a laugh and chill. Completely agree. Have you done that one? Do you want to go on to this fucking shithole?
Let's go on to it. Let's move on to it. Yeah.
I'm going to go on. I'm just going to finish this Elvis juice.
Last but not least, 7.2% ABV. I guess a West Coast style IPA. Well, that was the intention originally, anyway.
Right. Chris says, "Guess what?" I can't say what guess what is because guess what is a sort of a private joke, which I will miss it. I'll tell you what. Dean's on his phone now,
Oh, I'm intrigued.
so I will message Dean what guess what means.
And me.
Oh, you know what it means.
Do I? Okay.
Right, hang on.
I don't know what it means.
Guess what? Guess what? What?
Yeah. Right. So this will come through on WhatsApp, Dean.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
And I've just messaged Wanda to look. I told her the other night, but she's forgotten.
Oh, right, yeah. I thought it was an actual joke.
No, it's an in joke because,
Yeah.
right, I'll message you again. Right, okay.
Yes.
Right, you're in on the joke. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. Let's go into this fucking load of old shit.
7.2.
Guess what? So
Fucking
one of
Bill,
me, Dave, or Chris, if we get a message with guess what, it's like, all right.
And yeah.
Pin sharp.
Yeah, pin shot.
Filtered beyond belief. Fucking hell.
Again, that little bit of astringent bitterness and nothing else attached to it.
No, there's nothing else going on for me. It smells fucking terrible. It smells terrible. Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Cheers, but
who picked this one? Was it me or you?
What Wanda's idea all this was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well done, mate. Got that out of the shit. Holy shit. Wow.
Fucking hell, eh?
What the fuck have they done to that? Ruthless India Pale Ale. Well, it's ruthless. It strips your fucking taste buds clean. That's horrendous. I'm
all for bitterness, but I want something to back it up, and it's just nothing in there. It's that horrible nothingness, bitterness.
There's no flavour. There's no flavour at all for me.
Harsh, it's harsh on the finish.
And it's just harsh bitter. Cheers, Ian. It's horrible. Yeah, the candy floss grapes are weird, but taste nice. I don't like grapes, but I tried them. Did try them. Yeah, it's just a harsh bitterness. It's a harsh. Oh, fucking hell. It's a harsh.
I mean, the head fuck for me in this one is how are they managing to mask that 7.2%? Because there's nothing in there to back it up to hide it. So how are they doing that?
It's thin. It's watery. I'm struggling to pick any flavour out of that beer, and it's just a harsh bitter up front, middle, back. Horrendous. If I had to pick a flavour, maybe a little bit of grapefruit. A little bit of grapefruit.
Yeah, I'd say grapefruit at a push in linking it up to some sort of fruit.
Yeah, but there's nothing there.
Yeah, it's that bitterness though. It's just horrible, isn't it? It's nasty.
Well, I like we chatted earlier about the a bitter West Coast IPA.
Yeah,
but that's doing it in the wrong way.
Well, it's just crap, really.
It's horrible.
I think it's probably even worse than Elvis juice, mate. And that was, you know, that's saying something. I think.
I remember having this when it came out as well, Jackhammer, and liked it. I really liked Jackhammer. I liked it, but they've ruined it again.
This was a mean ass beer when it first came out, and I'm pretty sure, like we said earlier on, I'm pretty sure the ABV was higher. I might be mistaken.
I think it was higher.
It had something about it. It had a bit of body about it. It had that aggressive bitterness, but there was something that you could associate with it. This bitterness, it just flatlines. It's just a fucking horrible bitterness.
Well, it's bitter for the sake of being bitter, and I'm all for a bitter beer. I mean, to the bitter end, it's bitter start, middle, and end.
Yeah, there's nothing to see that bitterness along the way, though, is there? It's in your face, but it's the wrong sort of bitterness for me on my palate.
It's that harsh bit at the end it's bitter all the way through, but it leaves that astringent shit at the end. The really astringent bitter at the end, and I don't like it. I don't like that at all.
I've got a bit of Elvis juice left. I'm just gonna.
Sorry to hear that. Paul Mortal, evening Scott, Wander and Dean. I'm in London with the kids, chilling in the hotel after London Zoo. 3 words, free minibar. Paul Mortal, love you, mate. I had a lovely email from Paul Mortal a few weeks back. So much love to you. Hope your kids have had a lovely day, mate. Free minibar, fill up.
Fill up, mate. Yeah, wipe the floor with it.
Love to the family, mate. That's from me and Wanda. I don't know, Dean. I'll fill Dean in as well if that's okay with you. Very true. I laugh. Laughter is God medicine on a sick planet. People take themselves too seriously. Don't see the point. Guinness and port works exceptionally well. I need to try that with a jet black. Oh, fucking Guinness and port.
Barrel aged, isn't it?
Barrel aged,
barrel aged Guinness. Yeah.
Guinness and whiskey.
Ready-made barrel aged beer, isn't it? Really.
Guinness and whiskey.
Yeah.
All right, you knob. Can't hear a fucking word as of my sister's 50th birthday. All right, you knob. It's nice, isn't it?
That's him saying hello.
Yeah, he's saying hello. My personal philosophy is eat, drink, and be merry. I think we try that as well, don't we?
Yeah. Best way, really.
Oh, yeah, it's okay, but too loud. Had a cheeseburger. Is it a cavalry?
Cavalry.
What's that?
It's left-handed giant beer.
Left-handed giant beer. Oh,
yeah.
I need to try this.
It's good. It's a good IPA, mate. You'll like it. It's sort of like in between West Coast and East Coast. You've got a little bit of both. A little bit of both in there, which is quite nice.
The mountain IPA.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Can we borrow Toodle to take Connor for a walk? Well, maybe. Awesome little bar that. So obviously Reese is out in Southampton. That's Dave's TV channel. So go and give Dave some love. Tell him that we've sent
nice one, Thomas.
Cheers, Thomas. Have you been roped into Thomas's chat yet?
He did ask me, but as you know, with me working, getting up at silly o'clock on a Friday.
It's hard work, mate.
I was pretty cream crackered. He has reached out to me and asked me to do it, but the timing's been wrong, really. So, I mean, I'm up for doing something like that, but he'll have to let me know in advance so I can actually book the day off.
Yeah.
And it make it a little bit easier then, and I'm not tired and not in the mood.
Do you know what? I like Thomas's whole. He's done something completely different to everybody out there, and the concept that he's come up with is really good.
I think it's fantastic, and he's reached out to pretty much everybody, hasn't he? Really? I mean, I know he did Paul PA Brew News, Paul over in the US.
Yeah,
I interviewed him the other day, and I think the variety of who he speaks to is great, and nobody else is doing that. So he's got that for himself. So fair play to the man.
How his channel has only got, I'm guessing 100 some subscribers is fucking criminal. Thomas, put your own link of your channel in the chat, please, mate. Because
spread the love, spread the love.
And if you don't subscribe to Thomas, go and give the guy some love, because I know me and Wanda, we think the world of Thomas. I know Dean does. I know Barry does, and all the other guys, Paul, John, all of these other guys that have got a lot of time for Thomas.
He's literally. I was saying to JB about this. The man is literally everywhere. He tries his best to interact with everybody.
Yeah,
he really does, and that takes some doing. That does, because there's a lot of people at one time doing knocking stuff out.
Thomas is always the first comment. If you put a live up,
hello.
Thomas is always the hi. He's always the first comment, and I've got again, like you, I've got a lot of respect for Thomas, because Thomas has the honour, and I'm assuming it's an honour, of being the person that provided the first stout that Wanda liked on our channel.
Oh yeah, that was
O'Hara's stout, yeah, and it was the first one she didn't turn her nose up at. So he has the honour of that, and that will be emblazoned for history.
He can have the honour of this if he wants.
Thomas, what do you think of that, mate? Have you tried it? It's fucking terrible.
Fucking hell. Yeah, it's just not nice. That's probably the worst out of the four, to be fair.
It's horrendous. It's worse than Elvis juice.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are amazing. Thanks for all your videos, Thomas. I watch your stuff. I don't. I watch so much stuff I don't comment on anymore, because I just haven't got the time to comment.
I tend to do that now, where I'll listen to people. Where if I'm driving, I do a lot of driving for my job, so I tend to listen to people. But again, I don't comment, but I am aware of what people are knocking out.
It's like you, mate. I watch all your stuff. I don't. I mean, I say we don't need to comment with you, but I watch all the stuff, and it's otherwise it takes up all my time. It's like
yeah.
And obviously I've got my own comments that I'm remiss. I spend about a couple of hours a week sort of commenting back to where I can, but otherwise it takes over your. Wanda doesn't want to fucking sit there. It's horrendous, and it can take over your whole life.
To be fair, I'll put my hands up now. I need to catch up on a hell of a lot of my comments. I think I'm about 150 comments behind. Yeah. Because what I did, like what you were just touching on briefly, I actually removed the app off my phone because I didn't want to get bogged down with it all the time. And I thought, no, I'll dedicate the weekend to turning my laptop on and going through the comments that way. But I haven't found the time to do it.
It is hard, and do you know what? If I don't respond, I do read every comment, and that is absolutely true. We read it. I mean, Wanda's got one on her phone as well, and but it's a case of trying to reply to everything as well. It can be all consuming at times, and it can be hard work. And then, Dave, we've all got jobs and lives and other things as well, and like your own life that goes on with the kids. And it's not. I'm not moaning about it.
No. I know what you mean. It's a very fine line, isn't there? That you can comment maybe a little bit too quick on somebody's message, and they'd probably reply back thinking, "Well, cheers, I've just subbed to you. Thanks for the quick reply," or whatever, Yeah. And then you can forget comments, which I'm the latter. I am guilty of doing it. I need to get on top of it because I know it is important. It is important.
Well, you know me, I was all over sort of replying to everybody, but
you don't miss about, mate. With things like that, you're on the ball.
I still do, but it takes me a little while now, where there have been so many, where the channel's grown a bit further, and the comments are coming. I will get to them, and some of them it'll be. But we do read them. Everything that comes in, it flashes on my phone. So, bought Dragon Soup today. Want to know about it? Have to try. Dragon Soup's horrendous. It's just awful.
Not for me, that stuff.
Film a video. Oh, here we go. Right, I'm just going to get my eyes straight because Matt Mills is on one now. Film a video eating a pot noodle while flying a kite while cruising down the jungle, but put it on a proper YouTube. Trust me, 90 million likes and maybe an OBE.
Have we smashed the like button today or not?
I've smashed my own like button.
Oh, it's okay.
A little story about Mills. I actually blocked Matt Mills, I think last year. I think we both agreed that we probably didn't take each other as we should have done. And there's a video out there that Matt's commented on, and I saw his comments, and I actually commented saying, "You know what, Matt? I got you wrong. So I will unblock you, and you're more than welcome to come back and comment on our channel." And the guy he's very near to the knuckle, and I like that on certain subjects. But do you know what? He's honest. He's got his opinions, and I'm all up for that.
Again, the way of the world, isn't it? Where opinions become battering rams. Where at the end of the day, it's just a fucking opinion. You either agree or you disagree, but there's no need to roll your sleeves up, is there?
No.
You know?
And I probably, I try and protect Wanda sometimes from some of the other stuff, and didn't really need to. Matt's a good lad. I don't even know Matt. How old are you, mate? Let's know how old you are, because I'm interested. That soup, mate, can die a horrible death. I felt like I was dying. I was sweating, couldn't get my breath. That's because it's fucking full of caffeine, you dickhead. It's horrendous. It's full of caffeine and fucking alcohol. Wonder how much fucking caffeine is in dragon soup.
It depends what people go off in cup size, but apparently minimum of 6 large coffees.
Six large coffees.
Fucking hell.
Nah.
Fucking loopy juice, mate. Loopy juice.
I'll give that a miss, I think.
Wanda did. I
get palpitations, and I think if I had that, I would be in good way.
So we did. She bought 2 cans. So we did the one months ago, and there's been the other can sat there for ages and ages. And I was like, "We've got to do this. No, we're going to do this." And then her brother and Sam and Chantel were here for, I think it was Carol and Trevor's birthday. And she's like, "Why don't you go and do the other dragon soup upstairs?" Like, we're all hammered. It's like, yeah, it's a fucking brilliant idea. And it was like, oh, fucking off my head. It was horrendous.
It seems a bit of a bloody concoction of stuff in that.
I think it's 7% alcohol. Caffeine's off the charts.
Off the charts,
yeah, the sugar's off the charts. But I don't get how they can sell that in a just a fucking corner shop for £2 a can. I don't get it.
Peanuts in it, really, for what it is. Yeah. I know when my kids were little, they were bloody babies. And I think back then I was a full-time lorry driver, and I was on Red Bull and Pro Plus just to bloody get on with it. And I'd be driving down the M40 at bloody 2 o'clock in the morning, and me fucking shirt was moving. My heartbeat was going that much. I thought, I've got to knock this shit on here. This ain't good.
Not good for you, is it?
Nah.
What Brett said there, anyone heard about the plane crash that happened at Sandbanks near Bournemouth at Air Shot? Wanda said earlier, we were sat in the shed before we came up live, that there was a...
They went into the sea, but they were rescued.
There was I don't know what it is about these air shows. There's always a bloody plane crash.
Yeah.
I was at an air show last Bank Holiday Monday.
Was it one there?
Well, it was supposed to be an hot air balloon festival. Fucking hell. Paid 100 quid for the family, and not one air balloon was launched.
Fucking hell. We went to... that's the funny thing about this kite video, right? The International Kite Festival, right? So it's supposed to be fucking... I mean, it's this thing is massive, this kite festival, but it was blowing a fucking hoolie this day. So there was about 9 9 kites where there's like fucking 9 fucking thousand of the fucking thing. Right? And it's like the only thing that's worth video is this fucking Superman thing. It's like righto, and it's just fucking does your head in. And obviously, like this hot air balloon, not one in sight. You're like, what's the point?
I think they launched one. They had quite like a quirky sort of Kermit the Frog one, and they started firing it up, and you could see the fire going up, and it got to about 10 foot in the air, and then the bloke in the basket nodded his head, and he went back down again, and that was it. I thought, great, wicked balloon festival, no balloons. But they brought in, like, I think they had like skydivers with fireworks on their bloody feet, and they had the second division of the Red Arrows. I think they're called the Blades.
Right.
Have
you seen the Red Arrows? The Red Arrows they've been told they can only fire green fucking smoke now because it's more environmentally friendly.
Right, okay.
Yeah, apparently. It fucking does your head.
Yeah, there was a lot of green there on yeah.
Anyone tried any of this batch of Oktoberfest beers from Germany? No.
Not since last year.
No.
Not since last year.
Here he is. Here he is. Keggy.
So he was in about 20 minutes.
Oh, he was here 20 minutes ago.
Well, that's far behind you.
Sorry about that. Cheers, Baz. Hope you're all right, buddy. How far are we behind, Wanda?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Fucking
hell.
But
Scary.
Go on then. Whack on with them, Wanda. Do it.
Go on, 5 for them.
Keep the can, Scott and Dave. They are penned and platted. I've got to send those fucking beers off. I still haven't done that yet. I've got to do that. I'll do it tomorrow. Is this jackhammer? Didn't like it at all.
You've got a better bladder than me, mate. So I need to go to the loo again.
Well done, mate. I like the beer and that. Well done, mate. Cheers, Tim. Hi, Thomas. I'm joking, Billy, mate. But since you asked, with a bit more humility, maybe. What's that about? Have I missed something? Martin Todd, how you doing, my friend? We need to come down. We need to come down to the Is that on the list? Wanda, the customs house.
You done the list?
I don't know if the customs house is on the pubs of Portsmouth. I need to have a look. If not, we're going to come down anyway. Nice to see you, pal. I hope you're all right.
We do it tomorrow.
Drunk Eggman on Instagram. Go and give him a follow.
Is that his name?
Yes. Is it up front for bitterness or bitterness? It's fucking bitter all the way through, Tim. It's fucking terrible. And just for being bitter for bitter's sake. I think Chris is going to have the shit soon. Ooh. Titanic Plum Porter. I've not had that, but I have heard it's really nice. Port. Trust me, I speak from a horrible experience. Lactose will definitely get it moving. I have been a blue van it was because of blue van I found about you. Do you know what? Ourselves, Dave and June, Chris and Lou, all good friends off screen as well. So we appreciate you being here. Chris and Lou are lovely people. Dave, well, he's just a dick, isn't he? He's been, was that? Go back, Wanda. It's been dead long, but okay. Blue Van Manual channel are amazing. Very good vibes and cheers. Just keep things normal. Just keep things normal. Should bring a beer out called Lactose. There's lactose in a load of beers. There's probably lactose in, probably in the layer cake or whatever.
Layer cake, yeah.
Lactose
or oats. One of
the two. But I ain't gonna be able to read that.
Fucking hell, it is small, isn't it?
There's lactose in this one. In the ice cream stout. You're probably not going to read that. Lactose. Gives it that sweetness. and sort of milky
body.
Milky body. Smash my own like button. No. Kind words, Matt. Hey, Matt, do you know what? Just being honest about 51. Just being honest, mate. You know, if you can fall out with people, but if you have the how do I put it? If you have the capability to sort of, I read the comments on. There's another video. I'm not going to say what the video is, but I saw your comments, Matt, defending myself and Wanda. And at that point, I'm thinking, do you know what? I've made a mistake here, and I will always, if I've done something wrong, I'll hold my hands up and say, do you know what, I've done it, and try and rectify that. And for you to have made the comments is why I reached out to you to say, do you know what? I've made the mistake as well. And you kindly said that you probably went too far with your comments. And I'll always do that. I'll always come back with that. There's certain people that won't admit to mistakes, and that's what winds me up a little bit. But I'm not going any further than that. That stuff sounds dangerous. There's all sorts of fucking dangerous stuff on this. I blocked Scott 2 years ago, but he keeps turning up. Oh, fuck off. What are you on, Wanda? Are you drinking anything?
No, I've just finished the Brewery one.
Ah, you just have a pleasure. That's for you to answer or not answer, Dean. That's not down to me. What do you do for a job?
Lorry driver, and I've got my own window cleaning business, which is mine and nobody else's.
Nobody else.
I'm my own gaffer in that. Though I do beat myself up about it because I try and please everybody, and I can't be in two places at once.
No, I know the struggles you go through, mate. And it's fair play to you for keeping fucking 2 jobs down. It's
I had 3 at one point, but we went.
I remember you saying it, actually. Yeah, I remember you saying about that. What type of music do you gents like? I like metal, rock on.
Pretty much everything, really. I like all sorts of music. I do. If it's a beat, there's a beat. You know, you just either connect with it or you don't.
Wanda, what's your favourite music, love?
Oh, I've got loads of different. I've got all sorts. I like my Disney stuff. I
Yep.
like rock, like old rock. I like.
Are you going to come on here for a half hour?
No, I'm fine.
Oh, no, she's fine.
I like the jam.
The jam. Fuck off, Steve. There's only one man that likes jam. I like.
No, I mean jam on toast. That's what.
Like raspberry jam.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Pearl Jam fan. Love the Wild Hearts. They released a new album yesterday. If anyone's interested, fucking awesome. TerrorVision.
Was that heart on the front cover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking. I mean, they called it 21st century love songs, but it's not. It's fucking brilliant. It is brilliant. The funny thing with that album is they've sort of drip fed a couple of songs over the last 6 months. The one song that I'd heard, one of the songs I heard, Splitter, Wanda bought for, or I bought. I think we bought each other. They did a live thing back in April where they did like one of these lockdown gigs, and they played one of the songs from the new album. I'm like, don't like it. Don't like the song. And then they've released these other few songs that have been really good. Listen to the album yesterday. My favourite song on the album is the song I didn't like live.
There you go.
And we're going to see them. I think it's 3 weeks today in Southampton. So can't wait. Love a bit of the Wild Arts. It's fucking brilliant. Go down to the beach to watch it tomorrow. The Red Arrows were their solo yesterday. They could have cut me and my mate's head off. There's a plane phone into the sea. I'm not saying your name because you're trying to catch me out. You can't. Too shrewd. I'm 4 beers in. I'm still too shrewd for that. Thanks for this live. But his name's Mike Cocksmall.
Oh.
Wanda's like, But thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Dean, are you still a truck driver? Yeah,
Yes.
you've Charles Dunn. I hope you're doing all right, mate. The Jam going underground. I wish you would. Yeah, I've never been into the Jam. I like a couple of their songs.
Yeah, no, I do like what they do. To be fair, I won't bullshit about that. I do like what they knock out, what they did knock out.
Right, I've got one more Punk IPA, Dean.
Yeah.
I'm going to have that, and then I'm done.
Yeah. Okay. I better grab something else then, aren't I? I mean,
Yeah.
I've got
my good lady because she's been very patient. Obviously, Saturday's her night. Wonder am I to have my Punk IPA? No. Going now. Bye.
Saves me drinking this bloody.
Let me go and give her a kiss.
Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Definitely the weakling of the 4 that we've had tonight for sure. I think how I would go for my palate. I would say layer cake, Punk, Elvis juice, and then jackhammer on the arse end. Yeah, it's just hard to drink. I think with the thing with something like Punk, you could drink it. It was drinkable, and the same with maybe Elvis juice. But this jackhammer, it's just a bit of a balls ache to just get on with it.
Go put it up. Put that one up. No, I'll address that one. I'll tell you what, I even wonder. I've just seen the comments from Mike Cocksmall. Wanda, block him and fuck off.
He's been a twat, is he?
Well, he's stirring shit between Dave and Real Ale Craft Beer. And why is he not on here? He's a disgrace. Tell you what, mate, fuck off. Wanda, block him.
Yeah, you don't want that.
I'm not having it.
No.
Can we see Wanda? She's amazing. Wanda, come and join me for 20 minutes.
What beer is next?
What beer is next? Right, I've gone to the only thing I've got in the house. Because I bought another one of Punk IPA.
I'll see what I've got in the fridge.
Come on, Wanda. Huh? So you both survived the BrewDog gauntlet. Yeah, I've I haven't, because I've got another one now. Did you block him? Yeah, fuck off. Do you know what? Dave is the nicest bloke you'll ever meet. He doesn't have to be here. He's at a fucking party, but came on to say hello. So that's the measure of the man. Never saw Simon fucking anywhere.
I knew who I'd pick out the 2.
It's fucking simple.
And I don't really know Dave. I mean, I've never really spoke to him properly and stuff, but from what I've seen of him, he's a down to earth sort of guy. Really, he's a big YouTuber, but he ain't been carried away with all the fucking farce with it. He's just
Dave is the nicest. Dave is the nicest, most honest guy you'll ever meet. And for anybody to come on our channel and have a go at one of my friends, you're not welcome. Fuck off. Done. Go away.
Playing games, mate. That's all it is. It's games.
Not having it. Not having it. I promise I don't get involved in that. Wanda showed me the comments. I quite like that. I quite like that beer. It's a very decent beer. But yeah, I've got my one can of what I've managed to find Wanda another can of layer cake. So she's have you opened it, lovey?
Not yet.
Are you going to come and say hello, or are you not?
What am I doing in a minute?
She might do in a minute.
Well, it's definitely, for me, it's definitely the best of the bunch. Out of the 4 beers, layer cake does it for me.
I wouldn't disagree with that. I wouldn't disagree. The if we're gonna, crunched it up now. Let's go from worst to best.
I did mine while you buggered off. So
hang on a minute. Right. Oh fuck me! I just cut my hand open. Right. Anyway.
You know, that's a scar, mate.
Worst.
Oh yeah.
Then that. Then that. And then that. I think that was that's I quite like the layer cake. That's,
yeah.
I was quite surprised myself by doing that. Let me just get that bit of skin. I was going to put something on the screen then. I really shouldn't, because he's just texted me and he's obviously got the wrong man. So we are a team, buddy. God help anybody that crosses the pyramid.
Yeah,
I think Dean's an unofficial member of our pyramid. He's sort of.
I get the gist of it. Yeah, I get the gist of it. I get the old concept and the idea of it, and I'm pretty cool with that. Actually.
So the pyramid come out of the pyramid is me, Chris, and Dave. Obviously, there's no hiding that.
Yeah.
Me, Chris, and Dave, and you got the girls, June, Lou, and Wanda, and it's basically come out of a situation that didn't need to be there. But we're friends. That has been mocked. It's been ridiculed. There's been all sorts said about it. But the fact of the matter is, we're 3 or 6 really good friends that look after each other. And in YouTube, you know this, finding any sort of friend can be a weird situation, and finding people you can trust.
Yeah, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to go down that wrong path of selecting people that you think are pretty good. And they don't.
And I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not going to go into it too much. I've been shit on from a great height by a few people in the last few weeks of accused me of things I haven't done, and that's really hurt me because I'm fucking not guilty of it. And so I see myself as leaving a couple of friends that I shouldn't have done.
Yeah. Like I said to you though on the conversation we had this morning.
Yep.
You grab stuff by the horns and you won't let go of it.
I won't be taken.
If you believe in something that's right and you stand by it, you will not let go of it.
No. And
if that means crossing swords with other people, then so be it. But you're sticking to your fucking guns, and I salute you for that, mate. I really do.
I'm nothing if not honest and straightforward. And to be accused of not being that straightforward is quite hurtful. Super fat bass. Hi all. How yous got through that BrewDog? Fair play. I'd have thrown it down the sink. 2 of them were fucking awful.
I did. Well, that's going to be fucking going down the sink.
I mean, I actually think I'm that much of a Philistine. I've actually drank it.
Yeah. I'd sooner take the hit, mate. On the lost a few quid out of it than
I paid £2.50.
Absolutely fucking appalling.
I paid £2.50, mate. It's going down the gizzard, as my good friend Chris said. But it is what it is. BrewDog, you know what you're going to get nowadays. It might be good, it might be bad. Who fucking knows?
As Admiral Akbar would say, it's a trap.
It is a trap. Absolute trap.
Yeah.
Or it's crap.
It's a crap.
It's a crap.
Yeah.
With his fucking eyes out here.
Yeah. Oh, goldfish eyes.
Did you watch the Mandalorian, didn't you?
Yeah, fucking love that. That was quality stuff, that was.
But they've got a new thing. There's a cartoon. Fucking, it's like a what's it, manga? I don't know what it's called. Manga. Is it that the Japanese style cartoons? Manga. They're doing like something with Star Wars next month on Disney Plus. I said, I wonder. Looks horrible. I just can't watch it. It's not. Doesn't look right.
When's what's in the pipeline for the next actual movie?
I don't think there is one.
There's not going to be another spin-off then.
They're talking about it, and Mike Coxwell, what are you on about? Yeah, fuck off. About don't fuck, just fuck off. What I'm looking forward to is Christmas, Disney Plus, the Book of Boba Fett.
That'll be interesting, yeah.
I am all like Ahsoka. Yeah. You got the Rangers of the New Republic, all of this stuff coming. And I was very skeptical when Disney took over the Star Wars franchise, and I saw what they did with The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
But I was like, this is just nonsense. But the stuff they've done, to be fair, I got one to Disney for years past, and then I've renewed it for her birthday. The stuff on Disney Plus, the Monsters Inc. stuff, the Marvel stuff, it's fucking superb. Mm. There's some really good stuff in The Mandalorian. You've got Ahsoka. There's some really good stuff. Just leave the films alone with Star Wars. Leave them alone. Fucking don't touch it. Don't do anything ever again. Just make these series.
Empire's still the one for me, though. Always will be.
Best film ever.
Yeah, Empire.
Chris came up with
Jedi.
Yeah, Chris came up with it hasn't come to any fruition yet. He wanted to do top 10 films of the 80s.
Yeah, okay.
Right. Yeah. And me and Wanda were at the Brewers Tap a few weeks ago. It's not materialised yet. And I said, but there's only one. There's only one film for me that's the 80s. It's fucking Empire Strikes Back. There's nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few stragglers that you could probably attach.
When you dig into it, Dean, there's fucking low. Karate Kid. You've got
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Gremlins. Back to the Future.
Lost Boys.
Fucking hell, yeah, Lost Boys. That's quality. That is.
You can dig and dig and dig and dig and dig. Terminator. It's fucking hundreds. It's a great concept. Absolutely great concept.
There were some good films in the 80s, to be fair. 80s and 90s, I think there was some cracking stuff.
Yeah. Matt Mills, pyramids are cool and were built by aliens. That's a fact. James Spader said so. Are we up to date with comments, Wanda? No. All right.
Keep rolling. Keep rolling.
But yeah, it's the 80s feel. I've started listening to Absolute 80s when I'm driving around.
Yeah.
I was on the 90s. I'm like, there's so much shit in the 90s, and I've gone back to the 80s.
It was a bit of an head fuck, wasn't it, in the 90s? It was like I mean, I've got fond memories of the 90s, and it's like it was my 60s almost. You know what I mean? Like the early 90s, especially. You know, with messing about with things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a bit higgledy-piggledy. But the 80s, I think
every song is a fucking sing along, isn't it? Every fucking
one. That's it. Yeah.
Anime, that's it. That's what the fucking words I'm looking for, Ian. Thank you. Anyway, Star Wars anime. Fuck
anime,
no.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Wanda?
Wait.
What are you doing? Hang on, I'll go full screen again. I tried a BrewDog called Lightspeed. I vaguely remember Lightspeed. It reminded me of Badger's Golden Glory, Peach and Floral. Was that Badger's beer still going?
Golden Glory, yeah, Golden Glory is still available. Lightspeed, no, that skipped my memory. I think the only sort of seasonal beer really that stands out for me is Duopolis. I thought that was pretty good. Oak Cream IPA. I thought that was all right.
Yeah,
we were talking about that new one that's out, weren't we? That we're going to.
I can't get it.
I can't get it neither, mate. It's not available. I even forget what it was. Was it a milkshake IPA of some sort?
I can't remember. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, I forget what it was called now.
You think BrewDog stuff is bad? I've just done something awful. What have you done? What have you done, Baz? What's awful?
Guinness and Fanta.
Yeah, random stuff. Yeah, Boba Fett looks great, and Ming is in that too. I do not. That last series of Mandalorian with Boba Fett, fucking obviously. I don't know if you've seen it. You can't call it Slave One anymore. They've renamed it.
All right. Okay.
Can't call it Slave One, so it's now called Fire Spray.
Nah, Slave One, mate. Slave One.
Slave One. It's it's still in fucking bits on my floor.
That's the sticker on my van, mate. The old blue Bavaro on the driveway, man. That's got Slave One on the back.
You can't. It's not fucking. I know. The Fire Spray series is the type of ship.
Yeah,
they've taken away of the connotations with slavery. It was like it's fucking Star Wars, man.
It's like bloody the Death Star, the Circle of Doom.
The Circle of Doom. Can't call it a Death Star because you might offend someone. Fuck off.
Yeah, piss off.
Yeah, I agree, Matt. Golden Glory isn't currently available in supermarkets, but apparently it's going to be making a comeback. Never had it. Have you had that?
This next guy is that Mike. You know what?
Go on then, stick him up. Stick him up. Stick the comment on Wanda.
Well, it's all right, it's fine.
I'm good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we've done this Ian Hodges. Stick the next guy up. Let's have a laugh.
No, Scott, we're not. Just open the cold one.
Anglo-Saxon. What have you opened, mate? What comment have I missed? Could put a comment up. I want to see the comment.
Because you're going to ruin the life, Scott.
No. I just want to see what you put up.
No, Scott.
I can see because I'll go back and look.
Alright, well, I'm not going to do any more than if you're going to do it.
I'm a big fan. If you think it's this Mike Coxmall, fucking block him as well. Knob off. I'm a big Family Guy fan. Also, I like the classic Simpsons. Do you know what? I've never watched either, particularly.
Bits and bats for me, I think.
Yeah.
I've never been a big fan of it, but I've seen bits of it.
It's like the Star Trek reboots. I think they're terrible. I don't know what about Star Trek.
Star Trek.
There's a Star Trek.
What?
There's an online fan-made series. It was excellent. I watched bits of. I don't mind the newer films.
I like the old Star Trek. To be honest with you, I like the corniness of it.
It was great.
McCoy, Kirk, and Spock.
Yeah,
I wasn't a big fan of Picard and all that lot.
No, I didn't like it.
Next gen, innit? Next gen. I
didn't. No, I didn't like it. Blade Runner. Yeah, that was in the 80s. That was one of my films in the 80s.
Quality stuff. Old Harrison Ford.
Fantastic. I remember when I first watched it, I was blown away. I sat there, just an amazing film. Absolutely superb. The Goonies.
Yeah, quality.
What else have we come up with, Wanda?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Come and sit with me for 10 minutes, Wanda.
Yeah, I'm all right. Not what's going on.
What's going on in the chat? Tell them to fuck off, I will.
You don't give a fuck, do you? really deep down, you couldn't give a fuck.
Hang on, just 2 seconds, Dean. Sorry, Wanda. No, I don't get. No, do you know what? If you can come on and insult my friends, no, I don't. You're right, mate.
Yeah.
No, if you can come on and insult my friends, no, I don't care. Just fuck off. Simple.
It doesn't matter, does it?
Just be fucking respectful. Be polite. If you don't like someone, you just fuck off and watch something else. There's plenty on. There's probably 400 channels on Sky. Go and watch them on there. Don't come on and insult fucking people that I like.
Told James to check out your brewery.
What happened with Real Ale Craft anyway? Why is he hated? James Friction.
Don't go into it. Just save the video you've got to go and check it out.
You didn't see eye to eye, did you? There was a misunderstanding with views. You went that way. You went that way. You don't need to say any more about it.
Simon had a right. Okay. Simon had a fork. Right. Simon had a fork to choose in the road. He could have picked one way or another way. He chose the wrong way. That's all I'll say.
Scott, I've already said for him to go and check out your video.
Yeah, there's a video. So it's called "Calling Out the Beer Hooligan." There's also another video called Simon versus BVM. Go and watch that if you want to go and see what my issues are with Simon. Watch the Simon versus BVM. Make your own mind up. It's all bullshit.
It's more your beer hooligan one.
And the beer hooligan one. I'll leave it at that because I don't want to get involved. Everyone just.
Yeah, I was going to say you don't need this. You don't need this.
Move forward with love.
Exactly. Yeah, that was all. That was all yesterday.
I bear no malice to anybody else. So done. Dave and June support us every day with Chris and Lou. We're close friends like family. Correct. This one here. Go back. Go back. Go back. This. I was thinking that Dave, Wanda, June, and Scott are very close friends and we're not doing anything bullshit. Correct. No, there's no need for hassle. No need for hassle. Fucking, I've settled my scores months ago. I don't need it being brought up now. And what I don't need is people coming on our channel and stirring up shit with my friends. Dave's my friend. He's at a fucking family party tonight. Just fuck off. He doesn't have to be here commenting in these comments to justify himself. Fuck off.
Fair play.
All the best stuff comes from the 80s. I completely agree. 80s songs, 80s films, classic. And when you put on, when you drive, I didn't even know there was an absolute 80s. So I was driving around. I've had it on the 90s. I'm like, fucking. I switched between absolute 90s and Radio X. Doom, 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 doom. And I thought, what else is there? Absolute 80s. Bonk in. Don't fucking change.
And a bit of LBC in the mix as well, just to
love LBC, but same presenters, different songs. So you get Frank Skinner on a Saturday. I quite enjoyed listening to Frank Skinner today. I like Frank Skinner; he's quite funny.
Yeah, again, he's a bit of a symbol from the 90s, isn't he, old Frank Skinner?
Yeah, him and Badil, the old fucking 3 lines on a shirt.
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back, War Games. War Games is a fucking brilliant film. E.T., Field of Dreams.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's been some bellers. There's been some bellers.
I really like 80s films and music. It was my favourite decade. So, Chris, right, I can tell you a story now. Chris gave us this thing. It's a few weeks back now to do with 80s films. And we did the all-time England 11. Me, Dave and Chris did this. And I know for a fact it kept Chris up at night for about 2 days doing this fucking, because he was fucking pushing people around. And he would text us saying, I'm having a nightmare. That's an absolute nightmare. It's just so when he's come up with the all-time 10 80s films, I'm like, we ain't gonna sleep for a fucking week. Fucking put them together. Good luck with that, mate. It's so hard. I've got one. I know what my number one is. It'll be Empire Strikes Back, but fitting the 9 in behind that, it's impossible.
I mean, Batman, the original Batman with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. Was it 1989? Was it that came out?
Yeah. There's so many films when you drill into that. I mean, Karate Kid has to be. I didn't get on with my dad particularly, but I remember him taking me to see Karate Kid, and I fucking love the Karate Kid. Cobra Kai on Netflix is a fucking phenomenal series, and it's linked like Gremlins, Goonies, Back to the Future.
Indiana Jones.
I mean, how do you put them in the top 10? It's fucking impossible.
It's pretty hard. It's a tough one to call. Definitely. You can keep going and going, couldn't you? Really?
Yeah.
Just think about it and then just pluck another classic.
Got it, Wanda. Whack on. How far are we behind? Half hour? Is it time for whiskey? No. I'll be having this, and then we will be going.
Yes.
Scottish PD beer.
Tenants.
Nothing wrong with Disney. No. Whiskey, Thomas. Or tea and big hummus. Goonies and Beetlejuice. I never liked Beetlejuice.
Yeah, that was Michael Keaton as well, wasn't it?
I never liked Beetlejuice. It was not for me, that. But he's supposed to be back in the new Batman film. Got some arseholes in tonight. You're fucking one of them. Love, Chris. I'm slightly drunk, so spelling could be a problem. Hey, well, fucking, if you're slightly drunk, why aren't you very drunk?
Yeah.
I don't know, really slightly. Waiting for Dean's review of Club Tropicana. Oh, you can't say that. Obviously, it's no. Because obviously Wham, half of them are dead, have taken the exception to it. Top Gun, never liked Top Gun.
Nah.
Never
got into that.
I was about 10, so don't judge me. Matt, sorry, mate. We've judged you.
I mean, of course, TV shows, A-Team. That was a proper 80s classic, wasn't it?
Knight Rider. Street Hawk.
Fucking, what was the helicopter one?
Airwolf,
yeah.
Thunder.
Hogan, wasn't it? What was the Hogan? Hulk Hogan.
He was in the A-Team, wasn't he? Yeah, but he was in Paradise in Thunder.
Paradise in Thunder.
No, Thunder in Paradise.
Yeah, was that 80s or 90s?
That's probably 90s, but it was horrendous. Yeah. No, that poem was. I don't know what that's about. I've missed that bit. You know what, Lovey? Are you from Derby? I'm in Spondon area tomorrow morning. Then it's like, no, not a clue.
No.
So Dean's in sort of Oxfordshire area.
Yeah. Morseland.
But not originally from Oxfordshire.
No, Staffordshire originally.
Ghostbusters was brilliant. Fucking love Ghostbusters.
Yeah, that was my first ever. Me dad and my best mate at the time. That was the first time I went to the pictures to see Ghostbusters, I was like, wow, this is wicked. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I mean, that was the epic bit about it.
It's a fucking great film. I am actually looking forward to the reboot this year of what's it called? Ghostbusters. I can't remember what the new film's called. It's got the kids in where she's the granddaughter of Spengler.
Okay.
What's it called? Can you remember? Reborn or something. It looks really good. Really good. Talking about all these films and remembering them on the VHS. Fucking VHS.
VHS. Yeah. Well, I mean, Betamax. I mean, we could say Betamax, couldn't we, me and you?
I remember going to the old video shop to rent the video out and it not being rewound and you had to fucking rewind the fucking thing to start again.
Yeah.
Do your head in, didn't it?
Yeah.
Cobra. That was 90. Was that 80s or 90s?
That was Stallone, wasn't it?
Stallone, yeah. I think that's probably.
I mean, Arnie did some belters in the 80s, didn't he? I mean, Predator, Commander. I don't have Total Recall. I think that might be 90s.
I think that's 90s.
Conan. That was one of his movies.
Yeah.
It's got to be 80s, isn't it?
Was the one Red Sonja or something? Was there another one? There was fucking.
Yeah. Raw Deal. Was that 80s as well?
Raw Deal.
Might be late. I know Running Man. That's got to be 80s, isn't it?
Loved Running Man. Running Man's a great film.
Fucking old Sub-Zero and bloody Dynamo.
That's a Stephen King. People don't know it's a Stephen King story.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's completely different. I think it's I don't know if it's a book or a short story, but it's fucking gory as fuck. It's brilliant, and they adopted it. It's fantastic. Miami Vice, Hill Street Blues, Dallas,
yeah, JR with the old
Blue Thunder. Blue Thunder was fucking brilliant. I used to love Blue Thunder.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
There's been some good stuff on the box, hasn't there? Really.
Mac Nail just put VHS. We were very posh. We had Betamax.
Top loader. Yeah. Fucking hell, it was like the size of a tally, wasn't it? The old Betamax.
Huge, wasn't it? It's like the size of my house.
A big bit of kit that was. Jesus.
So Charles Dunsmore. Sorry, Dean. I thought you were from Stafford, Derbyshire area.
Well, no, originally from Staffordshire, yeah.
The new Spider-Man looks. Have you seen the trailer for the new Spider-Man film?
Nope.
Oh man, it's fucking magic. It looks really good, really really good. Only bad thing about the 80s was the beer. It was very poor.
Yes, I agree with that.
I'm not, Chris. I'm not watching Spider-Man in bed. Are we up to date, Wanda?
Yeah.
And at that point, I think I'm going to call it a night, mate, because I'm knackered.
Fair play.
I'm knackered. I'm going to go to bed.
Been good fun.
I've enjoyed every second of the 2 hours and 45 minutes, mate. It's been a long time.
That went quick, actually. Went quick.
We need to do a few more.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's nice though, isn't it? Just sort of like dipping in and out and doing this and leaving a gap and then hooking up and doing something like this. I think it's far more rewarding than doing it on a regular basis. I think you can get a bit washed out with that.
Obviously, we speak anyway away from this format.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed your company. Thank you to Wanda for keeping up with the chat. Thank you to everybody that's commented, liked, disliked, said what you want to say. Apart from a couple of people that have been fuck them. But yeah, Dean, love you, mate. And
you too, mate.
We'll do this again soon.
Yeah. Top
Cheers,
man.
guys.
Thank you.